What's good, people? Happy Sunday. How are we all doing today? As always, hope you've had a wonderful weekend. It is the night after the night before. I'm not sure that's an expression, but how's everyone doing? Here to react to the card, and as always, talk about whatever you guys happen to come up with today. Um, yeah, no work tomorrow, so we'll see how things go. I do have to take my kid to school though, so that is still something. How you doing, Idaho? What's good, man? Thanks for popping by. And XO Raider, you absolute don. How you doing, bro? All right, let's ease into things on this Sunday and see how things go. I don't think anyone else is online right now that I'm aware of. Bodak may be going on later. I'll be on the lookout for that. But yeah, hope everyone's well. I didn't manage to make any money on the fight card, but I'm not sure a lot of people did. But I did make money overall on the weekend, so it was a pretty chilled one. Didn't have any pressure to throw some extra parlays on when they were all falling off a cliff. How you doing, XO Raider? What's good, bro? How are things in your neck of the woods? How did you enjoy the card last night? Did you manage to watch the whole thing? A lot of controversy, a lot of surprises, a lot of underdog wins, but somebody definitely made their money. How you doing, Idaho, bro? What's good? Did you get through the whole watch along? I heard that Guru and Bedtime MMA and Lucas did a watch along, but I didn't have time to pop in and check it out. But I imagine that must have been fun. Yeah, good, man. Just chilling. Chilling. It's a weird situation to be in. Like I still got to get up kind of early tomorrow, but not as early as I usually do. So in my mind, I'm kind of working out what to do with my next couple of weeks off. I imagine there will be work to be done, but we'll see. I couldn't watch it, but I was sad about RDR. Yeah, I'm waiting for Ernie Johnson to turn up and give me a good rollicking for that. I made the mistake of saying that RDR had a chance against Chimaev. That might go down as one of the most retarded things I've ever said, and I'm setting myself up for failure with statements like that. But he is shit. He is terrible. I did caveat it by saying he fights like absolute shit, but he keeps winning. So we'll see. So I gave myself a little get out clause there. Yeah, bro, I streamed for 30 hours between Friday morning and this morning. Jesus Christ. There was quite a lot of stuff on back to back. Next couple of weeks off, strippers and blow. And unfortunately not. I'm going to have like paperwork stuff to do and planning to do. And I'm going to be able to take my son to school and collect him from school. So I'll be doing that. And I've also got a really big, it's like I've got another promotion interview coming up. So I've got to prepare for that. Apparently they want a fucking presentation. So I knocked that out of the park, obviously. I had to work, but I'm off tomorrow. Sweet, man. Monday's a bit of a weird one to have off because it's like, what do you do? Unfortunately, I don't think anyone beats Chimaev. Maybe not at middleweight. Maybe not at middleweight. I think we're all going to have to accept that now. I think Imavov right now is probably our best chance. I'd maybe give an outside chance to Fluffy, but I don't think anyone else at middleweight gets it done. But I'm still poo-pooing all this talk about him going up to light heavyweight. Nor should he, because he's going to get stomped. We're more likely to see all the guys underneath him fighting twice than seeing Chimaev defend the belt. I'm standing by that. Mention the channel in your presentation. That's exactly the opposite of what I'm going to do. That'll be a surefire way to not just getting not promoted, but getting my marching orders as well. All they'd need to do is tune into any live stream and I'd be cooked. Let's go for that. I like it because my eggs are aching. Well, you're still fresh in being back to work, so it's gonna take a little bit of time to get back up to speed. But in a couple of weeks from now, you're gonna be able to knock that shit out easily. I'm not saying you're gonna enjoy it, but you'll go into work and you won't feel tired and sleepy. It takes a few weeks to get up to scratch. So just persevere, my friend. You will get there in the end. But how you doing, Caravaggio? Good to see you, man. Were there any highlights of the card for you? Was there anything that stood out? There is a lot that was controversial for sure. Obviously, the two nut shots were a big talking point. I don't understand how they managed to have such polar opposite outcomes for both situations. A lot of people were saying the Kevin Holland nut shot wasn't a real nut shot as well, which I vehemently disagree with. How you doing, Westy? What's good, brother? Thanks for getting in touch with me early on today. It's an intellectual discourse. I guess, well, the thing is there, certain highlights would be fine, but if you look at the whole thing in a vacuum, it's not good for me. 17 kilometers, fucking hell, man. I mean, I do a lot of running and walking in my job, which would surprise you considering I'm a professor, but I spend a lot of time chasing people that go out of bounds. We really need to hire more people. I had a bit of a fever this weekend, didn't catch it, to be honest. It was a decent card. I think people are overhyping it a little bit. I had the effects of a cold coming on and I managed to beat that shit to death. Who knew that taking medicine when you start getting a few symptoms would work so well? I had a bit of a fever over the week. Oh, yeah, fair play. Am I the only one who thought Holland was playing that way up? Nah, man, I don't think he was. I don't think he was. I mean, the reason why I don't think so, it's not like Mike Mallet was doing anything too major to him. If he'd gotten hurt, I might have been like, maybe he's looking for a way out. But I think they've got to change the whole way they look at nut shots, or certainly like I think if a nut shot clearly affects a fighter, they need to at the very least dock a point, and if not, just call it off. It got past the 5-minute mark. They should have just ended it right there and then and called it a no contest. How you doing, Almo? What's good? Happy to have you here as always. Hope you're well. Manel Cap is going to fight Roy Val at the last card for ESPN. Is that locked in? That's a tough fight for Manel Cap. Roy Val has a nasty habit of knocking fighters that we like down a peg. So I don't love that for Manel Cap, but at least if he wins it, he's guaranteed a title shot. Don't do medicine unless it's essential. Just tend to raw dog it. The thing is here, when I start getting symptoms, it's an inevitability. So I thought, fuck it. This time I'm just going to down some medicine, get the paracetamol in my body, and just, try and fire it off at the source. And it worked pretty well. Sniffles went away. I haven't got a full cold, and everyone in my house was sick. So I'm kind of glad that I did it. I am one of those people who doesn't like taking medicine in general. How you doing, Tone K? What's good, bro? I'm very well. It was a nice chilled weekend. Newcastle United lost, which I admit doesn't really ruin my day too much. It's not like we always win. So, but Liverpool losing was a nice bonus. But then Arsenal won, so it's like, How you doing, Chowdhury Pramit? Nice to see you back, bro. You're always welcome. That second one, the knee, did not look like it could have possibly landed that hard. The thing is, though, it's not so much it being direct, it's more the way it pushes the cup into the balls. So I can see why that would have been really, really pain. And remember, it was the second one. So I just eat raw cloves of garlic. I've heard that garlic is really, really good for fighting off illnesses. Chowdhury, nice to see you, bro. I know it's very late for you, so thanks as always for turning up. I really appreciate you. I mean, it wasn't a card that kept like when I look back at the whole card, it was actually really, really good. But I was bored through a lot of it. I think I'm still not entirely in on MMA anymore. I get bored quite easily now. So what I do is I usually just play games while I'm watching. United beat those bums Liverpool. Manchester stays red. But Manchester City won over the weekend as well, and are way higher than you, and have a way better team, and are just generally better. I'm glad that Man United won because it gives Amarim even longer to stay in the job, and I want that bum to stick around for as long as possible. I eat garlic in almost everything. Garlic is amazing at killing germs and illnesses in general. It's the goat for that. Ginger, lemon, and honey tea. Maybe the thing is, yeah, I can't have just a drab of whiskey or a dram of whiskey, as you're referring it to. Once I get that taste, the bottle is gone. Yeah, I eat raw garlic with a squirt of lemon every morning, like Benito Mussolini. You must be a pleasure to be around scent wise. As long as you keep it light, because apparently garlic like comes out of your pores when you're sleeping, and apparently it fucking stinks. I like to make tea from ginger, garlic, lemon, cayenne, and honey. Try that shit and add anything else you want. I think that's enough, mate. I think you've got enough ingredients in there. The stream is quite chill. Give it time, XO Radar. Give it time. We know the gay community usually turns up about an hour in. So let's just give it time, but we'll hope for the best. Sunday's generally quite chill. Sunday being the Sabbath day and everything. Sometimes the gays take a day off. It's going to get fucked up in there. I agree with Westy. It's only a matter of time. We've been talking about banning certain words in the chat, but the thing is, I kind of feel like that's a slippery slope. I feel like when you start doing that, it kind of opens things up to being, by the end of it, you're going to end up banning everything. Garlic affects how women taste. Can you confirm, Frank? Unfortunately, I can't confirm that one. Wagwan, how you doing, Steve Spiros? I assume you're in the middle of the shift now. Hope you're well. I imagine the weekends are crazy in your line of work. What happens with old age, Frankie? Your patience and attention span disappears slowly. It does, yeah. I find, yeah, that I struggle very, very hard to learn new things. You're our favorite burnished geezer still, though. Which words? We haven't actually gone through a list. It was gonna be like mostly just trolling words, but Frankie, do you have a Discord? I have Discord. I don't really use it though. One of the boys made like it wasn't a Fight Night Frankie Discord, but it was like a Discord that originated from the boys in here. And I didn't even go in there much myself. So I was very bad with that. I started getting on Twitter back a little bit this weekend. I just use WhatsApp mostly. Nice white tea. Fucking Kenzo, baby. How you doing, Leandro? What's good, man? How to donate? There's no donations in here. Do not waste your money on this channel. And I've made it so you can't. I'm 29 hours. Fucking hell, man. I mean, that's gotta be a bad idea. How do you fucking survive that long? Are you like topping off on coffee? Are you getting out in the cold air? I don't know how you get through, especially in a job like yours. Are there any times when you get to chill, or is it just constant, non-stop, bam, 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 one job to the next? Wow, here they come. No, there's no. It's still just the regulars right now, which is exactly what Westy wants. He wants a nice Sunday with just the OGs in, talking that usual shit. And so far, has it been hectic with Mad Tards though? Um, the channel's been going, certainly been progressing lately. I've gained almost 250 subs in like the last month, which is crazy numbers for me. Crazy, because it took me 2 years to get to 1,000. So yeah, Steve, maximum respect, man. I said it. Alan had his number. The thing is, RDR was going to lose eventually because he's shit and he's got no heart. I didn't think it would be Brandon Allen, but the thing is, yeah, they have trained together. And Brandon Allen was very, very confident going into this. He clearly felt that whatever he was seeing in the gym, he felt like he could handle it. So we should have all paid note, but I didn't bet any money on RDR. So And to be honest with you, I'm kind of glad that it happened because Brandon Allen is not going to get a Chimaev fight. And if RDR had got it, it would have been an easy win. Yeah, I'm relaxing right now. I get through the day with caffeine and the nights with gum. It wakes you up for some reason. I imagine mint has that effect. What is? Yeah, I was going to ask that. Nicotine gum? I assumed it was just like regular gum. But yeah, whatever it takes to get you through, man. Escape the head stepper. Time for Dana White's contender series. You know what I'm saying? Dana White's contender series is done for another year, isn't it? And I didn't see almost any of it. I only saw like 2 episodes, so I've got something to go back and look back on. The thing is though with MMA, if you're not watching it live yet, even if you don't know the results, it kind of loses its effect. It really does. I made that key mistake of the one time I can remember doing that is when Conor McGregor fought Eddie Alvarez. I was in Qatar at the time and we were all working, and I tried to do my utmost to like have a media blackout and ignore the result. And because there were a whole load of MMA fans there, and I accidentally found out, like somebody messaged me via text message just to ruin my day. And it was really hard to pretend to celebrate when we actually pretended to watch it live. People forget, man. Steven Spiros convinced Guru to come up with South Cow for a special Steve streamer. Just mix coffee, Coke, and Monster. That sounds crazy, man. That sounds absolutely crazy. Yeah, but I'm generally happy about how to. But Dana White is so happy on Dana White's contender series because it has his name in it, and he's an egomaniac. That's why he loves Dana White's contender series. Mind you, so would I. Why do you think I didn't budge about the channel name? 1 second, boys. Just gonna crack the window open a little bit. Let's get ourselves readjusted here. So yeah, this is nice. It's nice to have the OGs in the chat now, just talking some shit and getting reacquainted. I'm not so. I mean, I'm not too majorly in on Dana White's contender series anyway. I do think it's all right, but I can live without it. Did Ilya's wife really leave him? I think he dumped her. I think she was talking too much and then he got rid of her. I thought she was a dime piece, to be fair. But the problem with women that are overly attractive is they're overly demanding. We've had this conversation before. She obviously got some ideas above her station, started yapping too much. And he's just like, don't you know who I am? And then just kicked her out. Congratulations, Steve. She looks like trouble, quite honestly. And Ilya doesn't look like the kind of guy who's got a lot of patience. Her father is Jewish and she left right after he spoke about Israel. Is that right? Hmm. I bet you wish I bet he wishes he'd done it sooner. If that's all it takes for your women to get rid of you, it was best off ending right there and then. I pretty much say whatever I want, whether my woman is around or not, because I don't believe in there being consequences for that. I know there won't be any consequences for that. I can get away with saying pretty much anything. Frank, how did you rate the card out of 10? I'd say a solid 8 out of 10 in person, but would be a 9 if Bay Jasmine didn't get finished. Yeah, she got fucking smashed, mate. She tried to claim early stoppage, which was funny to me as well. She was literally on her belly getting pounded. Old Fight Night Frankie style. And if RDR didn't stink up the main event with his sandy vag, it was quite funny to me seeing Brandon Allen beg Canadian. I mean, I know he's got Canadian family and whatnot, but that was kind of cheap to me. How did the Canadians react to that? Did they suddenly go, oh, like he's Canadian? What? Started Monster, Johan. Yes, I have. I watched the first 2 episodes. I can certainly see what you mean by it being a slow burner, but I'm in it for the long haul. I think it's only got 70 something episodes, right? I'll get through that in no time. I'm going to get on with it tonight. I do like how they've set the principle of it up. I haven't seen any supernatural things happen so far. I'm assuming it's going to go in that direction. but they're certainly hinting at it. You know, with the girl who clearly has murdered her family or has been possessed and murdered her family. I don't know what the story is going to be there, but I'm certainly expecting things to take a turn at some point. But they've set it up pretty well. Yasmin looks like Jessica I in the face. That is not. That is a hurtful thing to say to anyone. Jessica I is fucking disgraceful. She's butters and a horrible fighter. I'm so glad they got rid of her. She's so cringe. I watched Monster a long time ago. Might need to rewatch it. It is a bit of I'm setting myself up for it to be a slow burner. And I've heard from people, yeah, that the ending is not great. But the world literally revolves around us Brits. It's true. You've got to give Britain its due, man. Tiny little island in the middle of nowhere, fucking dominated. Did you watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? I did. I watched the first two seasons, so where it time skips. But then I'm a little bit confused, yeah, because then I went to the next episode and it kind of jumps to some bit where he's wearing like a biker costume and he's got and I'm like, what's going on? So I stopped at the end of season 2. But maybe I'm watching it in the wrong order. It gets more excited in the next episode. I'm all for it. Mate, I'm not against the slow burner. So yeah, Johan, I'm gonna keep I'm gonna stick with it. I'm assuming this is the same Johan because we were talking about Monster yesterday. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with it for sure. I'm gonna get on to episode 3 and 4 and probably beyond that tonight. After the stream, I'll probably chill in but like I said, it's really nicely set up. I can't tell what direction it's gonna go in. But right now it's just kind of the establishing. I've gone through the establishing episodes. And I'm expecting it to take a new dark tone. Canadian mauler Brandon Allen is the newest mythical fighter. He should just stick with the Canadian thing because he did really well. I called it on Allen and Jourdain by sub. You definitely did, man. You definitely did. The Allen one was a little bit surprising. I wasn't shocked by it. I don't own that game. What kind of game is it? I don't have every game, believe it or not. But close. But close. The Jourdain win was probably one of the most impressive on the card. He looked sensational. He made Davy Grant look like fucking roadkill. Absolutely destroyed him. He looks very dangerous at bantamweight. Whatever Johan this is the Johan that I want. I don't give a fuck who the other cunt is. Leandro, I don't really like fighting games. I'll keep it real with you. I've got all the Smash Brothers, for example. I've got old Street Fighter games. JoJo's is 1, Phantom Blood is 2, Battle Tendency, Stars, Dusk, and Diamond is Unbreak. That's your ranking order of. I haven't heard of any of those. Obviously, I've seen JoJo. JoJo's a little bit too. I don't know, man. I couldn't really. I watched it, but I managed to get through 2 seasons, but I wouldn't have it very high up in any list for me. It was enjoyable, but it's a little bit too like. I feel like they could have. This is gonna sound like a weird criticism, but I feel like they could have added a little bit more to the development of the characters. I just felt like the whole thing was like fighting. Yeah, Quileng was impressive, but again, he's fighting a maths teacher. That's what he needed to do. Yeah, when people saw he was repping Canadistan, most just clings to that hard as fuck because it's most just Jubilees and Asians here now. Interesting. Yeah, you Canadians are pretty patriotic. I have to give it to you. And it was nice to actually see some Canadians winning on a Canadian card because you've had some bad ones recently. But no, I thought it was an overall enjoyable card. I feel like the shameful thing about it though is after that fight was over, it just kind of seemed like middleweight's fucked now. And I think that our boy Ernie Johnson's going to end up being not right because he's wrong about how good Hamzat is, but he's going to look right because of how poor the competition is. Brandon Allen, I'd like to see him fight. I think that would be a really good fight. comeback fight for you see how my brain doesn't work anymore. Dricus Duplessis. Oh no, season 1 is Phantom. Season Battle 10. Season 3 is. All right. Do you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna jump back on Crunchyroll. I'm gonna take a quick screenshot of this now. Frankie, do you look down your nose at maths teachers? No, I just look down at all teachers you get in there and their fighters. You should kick our asses. Fuck Bayern Munich. Yeah, man. Do you know what? Yeah, tough. That was a tough loss. Bayern Munich, I just generally don't like them as an entity because they're just bullying little cunts, really. And the stuff they've been saying about Walter Marder lately makes me even angrier. What do you think of Walter Marder, Johan? I know he hasn't really been pulling up trees for Germany, but we love him at Newcastle. He's been phenomenal. Canadians were known as the hardest bastards on the Allied forces in World War II. Trying to make a name for yourselves, yeah? I hear that. XO Raider, I've taken a snapshot of that. I'm going to go back and try and see if I can. Because it suddenly just jumps to where my guy's wearing fucking a biker outfit. And I'm like, what have I missed? But JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is kind of like that. You can be watching and then it suddenly jumps and you're like, did I miss something? It's very fast paced like that. The entire story is basically predicated on the fighting. You're not sure about him. I can understand. I see what I've watched him. I didn't know who the fuck he was when he came to Newcastle. I'll be honest with you. I'd never even heard of him. I don't watch international football really, let alone the under-21 championship. So I didn't really know anything about him. But he's been phenomenal for us. I don't know if you've seen some of the things he's been doing for Newcastle. He's been amazing. He's got 4 goals in 5 Premier League games. He's got 5 in 6 starts. And but it's not just the fact that he scores here. His hold-up play, the way he brings people in, he's so silky on the ball. He's amazing. The Mongolian Murderer is such a badass name. I knew that bloke was going to win with that Genghis-style hat. But the match yesterday, the referee was so bad. You mean in the Bayern Munich and bro, we've been getting robbed by referees all over the shop. I don't think it's a conspiracy or anything. Well, in Germany it might be. Because Bayern Munich just are it, aren't they? They've won 10 of the last 11 Bundesliga titles. There must be genuine hatred for them. But refereeing, the thing is of refereeing is it kind of tends to balance itself out, or it should. But yeah, he does have mad aura, Chris Gray. I 100% agree with you. Is Ireland a country that you would live in it now? Yeah, I'd live there. I stayed there with my family for 6 months while I was transitioning to move back to England because the mother of my children was waiting to have her visa sorted out in England. And so we stayed in Ireland for 6 months because obviously my guys had that visa ready in 2 days. Shout out to Ireland. Shout out to the Irish government. I would live there because I'm an old homebody now. I don't really need to go out and do stuff. I can just chill at home and go for a nice walk and all that. I'm a proper old man now. When you go out, people are really friendly with you. I loved living in Ireland, man. It was great. It's beautiful. And I do think Caravaggio is right. I do think the country's turning where we're not going to be these liberal cucks anymore. We're going to start kicking people out. Bayern Munich has won every Bundesliga title since 2012, 2013, up to 2024 when Leverkusen won for the first time ever and went unbeaten as well, which is amazing to do in any league. I don't care where you are, because even in Scotland, that doesn't happen, and that league is dog shit. Right, when Yasmin lost by KO, I puked. Yeah, it was a pretty embarrassing one. I don't know. I'm amazed, yeah, Manon Fiorot wasn't a bigger favorite. That was a layup. I put all of my silk pajamas points on Manon Fiorot. Sorry, bro. I think Yasmin's all right. But were you drinking at the time? Or was it just that level of disgust? How you doing, Clayton Brown? How'd the Allen and RDR fight go? I missed the card. Well, to sum it up, RDR is as shit as we all thought, or as shit as he looked and we all thought. And he's a massive pussy who just quits. He literally quit on the stool from exhaustion. Not from getting beaten up, from getting outworked. He got held down for a couple of rounds and just quit. Quit from getting tired. And it's not the first time he's done that. But as I said, I'm kind of glad he's out of there because on the eye test, RDR is shit. But then Leverkusen lost 3-0 to Atlanta, in the European Cup final or the UEFA Cup final, Europa League, whatever. And Atlanta was sensational in them. I remember Ademola Lookman, I think, scored a hat trick, or he scored 2. He was unbelievable. They battered them. Yeah, Clayton, and it was a very boring fight. Very, very boring. We live in a world where in big 2025, Brandon Allen is in the top 5 of UFC middleweight. If that doesn't indicate where the division is, I don't know what does. And he's got a lot of options open to him now because he could fight Sean Strickland again. He could fight Dricus du Plessis. He might even get that fight with Fluffy because Hamza isn't going to be coming out of his fucking cave anytime soon. Frankie, use High Anime too. It's illegal, but it has every anime because Crunchyroll doesn't have. I'm going to take a picture of that too. I fucking bought Netflix yesterday, or I subscribed to Netflix. Let's take a picture of that. Yeah, I subscribed to Netflix because I was looking around to see if I could find, like, I went on my stick, I went on Crunchyroll, I went on Amazon. I looked everywhere for it, couldn't find it. And you obviously mentioned it was on Netflix, so I just bit the bullet and signed up. RDR is a big boy. Wonder how much weight he cuts. He would do even more terribly at light heavyweight because he wouldn't have the power, and then his striking is fucking terrible. Hey, do you see anyone beating Hamza at middleweight? Probably not. I think our best chances are Mavov, and I'd probably give him about a 20% chance. He would need everything to go for him in that fight. But no, I don't think anyone beats Hamza at middleweight right now. I'd give a couple of people a chance. I think Imavov would have a chance. I think Fluffy Hernandez would have a chance. Anyone that could make him work for a couple of rounds and then like survive enough to get through the first round and then start to gas him out in rounds 2 and 3, I give a decent chance to. But no. But if he goes up to light heavyweight, he's going to get smashed. But Hamza has bigger aspirations despite achieving pretty much nothing and not deserving it. Cancel Netflix. They're pushing Nonsari. Are they? Had a Zin for the first time in like years. So what's a Zin? You're gonna have to bring me up to date on the lingo. Can't believe you're 40. You look younger. I'm actually 41 next week as well. I know it's a distinction without a difference, but yeah, I'm doing all right, man. But I feel like I am starting to lose my hair a little bit more. So you might see me disappear for 3 weeks and then come back with a full lion's mane, and I'm just gonna act ignorant. Completely ignorant. Because when I go to get my hair transplant, I'm not gonna just add. I'm gonna add a fucking mane. Might get myself a little beard transplant as well, just to see how it looks. How you doing, Praveen? Welcome back to the channel. Good to see you, bro. Hamzat will have 1 or 2 fights in the next 5 years. I mean, maybe. I'm not too confident about that either. They are pushing trans stuff on preschool kids. Are they now? In what? I need to look out for this because my kid watches Netflix. Push. That might be a little bit of an exaggeration. Maybe. You do great with dreads. I used to have dreads. I've got pictures of it as well. Let me see if I can find one. Let me see. I used to like your boy tried it out. I'm not gonna lie. Let me see if I can find it. Hang on a second, boys. Let's do this right. Oh, I've got and literally just right then it turns up. Oh, that picture looks well zesty. I'm not showing you that. Oh my god, I realized I almost ruined my reputation on here in 1 second. Hang on a second, boys. Where is picture? I fucking hate iPhones. Come on. Let me see if I can find a picture of me with dreads. I take way too many videos of my kids, man. That sounded wrong. My kids, not kids in general. Fucking hell. Sorry, guys. It's on some of the kid shows, Frank. Be careful. Shit, man. That's where they get you in it, the little sneaky fucks. Wait a second. You know what? I'll find. Remind me next time. Samsung, Apple. I've got a Samsung phone as well. I've got the old S23. I don't really use it that much. Do you remember me? I do remember you, Ashu. Welcome back to the channel. Should we be concerned? Sorry about what? I've totally lost track of what I was talking about. I was sitting next to honestly, hang on a second. Fact, don't use shampoo. By the way, just learn Spanish. Que pasa vamos. Nice to see you, Samantha. Very good advice. Kind of. I use Spanish shampoo. Does that help? Honestly, me and my girlfriend, we're going to celebrate our 10-year anniversary. She turns 10. That started out so wholesome. You gross son of a bitch. Man, I was just shocked by the RDR fight. I never imagined the guy who defeated Rob will lose to Allen. How crazy the UFC can be. I think it speaks more to the fact that oh no, Johan, it's my children. So I've got videos of him doing like, like ice skating and shit like that. I'm gonna try and find this picture of me with dreads because I don't want people to be disappointed and think that I'm talking bullshit. Are you waiting for GTA 6? I'm not waiting. I mean, when it turns up, I'll play it, but it's not going to get any special attention or anything. I was joking in my last stream, that I was going to take a couple of days off work or whatever. I'm not going to do that. I reckon I'll play it for a day, and then I'll never play it again. All right, this is a picture of me with that looks awful. I think it's because it's mirrored, but that's a picture of me with dreads. The colorization is really fucked up. I used to have really long hair, man. There's your proof. Don't judge. Hello from Greece again. How you doing, Mariner? Welcome back. I have no clue about the UFC. Save yourself the aggravation, mate. It takes up a day of your life every weekend, and it's often not worth it. Opinion on Krav Maga: is it worth it for the average person? I would say no. I've heard it's very fraudulent. Hello, I'm Chinese but live in the USA. I married a woman from the USA. So Iron Dragon, was there a parade when you took her back home? Because I know how you Asian guys, like to fucking celebrate when you bag yourself a white woman. That has to be AI. It's a bad photo. You asked for it, you got it. All right. I told you I had dreads. How you doing, bro? I'm good. How you doing? A zine is like a chewing tobacco pouch. I don't fuck with anything like that. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight, baby. Lightweight. How you doing? Hello, I'm from India. Nice to see you, Pradeep. I'm Irish, but I'm from the United Kingdom. Bro, your face is irritating me. Fuck off then, mate. And like and subscribe before you do. Are you AI? I don't know. I mean, would I know if I was AI? I guess I'm gonna say no, but you can put it up to your own interpretation. How you doing, Unknown Edits? What's good, brother? Krav Maga is gay as fuck. Yes, it is. Anything associated with the I word now is just getting cooked. Nice to meet you, VS Arts. Welcome to the channel. I'm very good, Sarthak Gupta. Do you think long hair cause hair fall? I think it does, to be honest with you, man. And wearing caps does as well. And here it begins. Yeah, Johan, give me a sub before you fuck off. Do you know what I mean? And if you find my face annoying, you don't have to be here. Quite frankly, I'm not everyone's flavor. I accept that. That's what makes the world interesting. Yeah, boxing historian, tell us something interesting about he turned up just to say he didn't like my face and then fucked up. I didn't have the respect to throw up a like on the stream before he left. Absolute scumbag. Charlie, you survived and changed your accent. Yeah, this is just an AI experiment. I'm not a real person. Assalamu alaikum. Love you, bro. How you doing, Tayyab? Nice to meet you, man. Assalamu alaikum to you too, sir. Nothing wrong with your face. That's what my mum tells me all the time. And she's the only opinion that matters. It's weird that people have to say that to me though. Bro, there's nothing wrong with your face. Taking so much stress causes hair loss. Um, stress causes a lot of issues. Heart problems, brain problems, erectile dysfunction. Stress is at the key of everything. Are you Christian? I was raised as a Catholic, but I wouldn't call myself a Christian. It's always like it's always in my makeup somewhere because when you're raised that way, it's very, very hard to get rid of Catholic guilt because it gets drummed into you every second. You UFC. I'm not the UFC. No, I like UFC. Are you looking like a model? Is that a question? I hope that's a statement. Although models look fucking zesty these days. You misheard her, bro. She said nothing wrong with your faith. Oh. I'll take it. Who's your celebrity crush? I don't really have one because I'm an adult, but there's loads of celebrities that I'd bang. Does that count? Frankie, gun to your head. You take a smoking hot, busty Korean lady or a hot, busty Indian lady. I go Korean. But it's a tough choice. India has some genuinely beautiful women. And Indian women tend to be more well endowed. They tend to have much larger sweater meat, but they're also much hairier, especially down there, which I'm not a big fan of as a professional scuba diver. Damn, Harry Maguire looking fire with those dreads. It's a terrible fucking picture. I'm not gonna lie. I should have put it through a filter before I stuck it up, and it does look like I'm wearing lipstick, so that doesn't help. Have you watched Code Geass? Amazing. Amazing. I think it's only 2 seasons, right? And then they tried to bring it back. It's a tough choice, but I've got nothing. I used to date an Indian woman. I was with her for 3 years, and she cut my hair off, so I dumped her. I went to your favorite place earlier, Frank, a massive Asian market. Oh, really? I love Mohammed. I'm glad to hear you say that, sir. India has some beautiful women in 1.4 trillion. They do well, it's just facts, isn't it? Indian women have that natural thick thing. Koreans are like aliens or something. The thing is with Korean women is they all get surgery. And there's like 4 prominent doctors that do the surgery. So you got like 4 different types of Korean women. The thing is about Korea though, finding a thick woman is hard because they detest fat people. So maximum respect to them for fat shaming, especially on the women's side, because there's loads of Korean fatty men out there. I'm still in it. I'm only at episode 5. It's amazing. Stick with it. It's really good. Black women are more endowed and Indian. You really are a man if you can't explore the jungles. I respect what you're saying. I just don't like a bush. I'm born in the 80s, but I don't live in the 80s. You feel me? What's up, my dog? How you doing, Shrey Sharma? What's good? What's good, bro? Go and watch One Cup, Two Girls. I've never seen it, but I've heard about it. Is that when two girls take is that when someone takes a shit in a cup and then they eat it, and then someone vomits it, and then hey, how about you shut up? How about you shut up, YouTube? No one asked you to be here. Yeah, somebody said something about my face. I don't grow facial hair very well. It would take me like nine months to grow a decent beard, and I would look shit, or shitter than I do now during that time. So I just don't do it. I'm honest. Don't complain about being called names if you're fat. It's your choice to be fat, unless you have some kind of glandular disorder. And the thing is, not very many people do. So if you're fat, you've got to take the consequences of being fat. If you can't put the cake down, you've got to take the abuse that comes with it, in my opinion. Currently watching Back to the Future, a great movie. I haven't seen it in a while. Delete this channel. Delete yourself, cunt. That's going to get me in some trouble. Why are English women so ugly, though? They built like Scooby-Doo. I agree with you 100%. I don't like white women at all, which is why I've never fucked with them. Imagine YouTube telling me to shut the fuck up. How you doing, Alex? Same, and I'm 20. Wow, man, you're half my age. That hurts. Hole and Dan sock. It's like you just get me. Hello, good evening, long time. How are you? How you doing, Gaurav? Nice to have you back, bro. Have you watched Game of Thrones or what's BB? I'm assuming Game of Thrones is GOT. I watched it. Fell off hard. Fell off really hard. Is that chair comfy? Yeah, it's nice. It's pretty sweet. People forget, man. Frankie was the reason Katie Taylor moved to the States after he smashed and dashed. I wouldn't smash that. Don't dare put that on my name. How you doing, Ishan? What's good, man? How are you? How are you? Remember, yeah, I'm just going to give a reminder to everyone who's joined, yeah. First of all, smash the like and subscribe. We've been on a fucking roll lately. We went from 1.2 to 1.4K in a month, which is crazy to me. I should have started doing this earlier, but you know, you live, you learn. Um, what was I going to say? Yeah, if you start coming in here talking mad shit, it's fine, but just be aware, yeah, that my mods do their jobs. Hi, brother. How are you? I'm good, man. I'm 18 and I can grow a beard. I'm Indian. Maybe that's why. I mean, I don't really need a beard to cover this face. Maybe when my face starts looking like a ball bag, I might need to rethink that decision. And I'm not that many years away from it. Last season of Game of Thrones just ruined the series. I agree with you, man. I think, like, to be honest with you, the downfall kind of started after season 6. But that's the thing, man. Weiss and Benioff don't know how to write anything. So, can you speak in a more American accent, please? No, I can't. I couldn't even fake it if I tried. And if I did, it would be like a hillbilly accent. It would be like an old Confederate general accent, because that's how I see Americans. How you doing, Ashu? Nice to see you here, bro. Hello, sir. We are offering you for the podcast making. We are interested, then kindly provide that. I don't have him. Are you joking? Get the fuck out of here, human. Don't worry. I watched a streamer, 23 years old. A probably 9-year-old was annoying and calling names, so he got pissed off and said he hopes a car hit him. Friendly said, "Yeah, it happens. Looks like you live in a game store." Yeah, bro, to be honest with you, yeah, when I had the chance to have a man cave, I did it right. William Warren, I'm from Ireland, but I grew up in England. I'm not 50, Sarthak. I'm 40. I'm gonna try skateboarding again. Go for it, man. My son's kind of getting into that. He's doing ice skating at the moment, and he seems to be he asked me for a skateboard for his birthday, and he kind of fucks with it every now and then. Shout out from Colorado. How you doing, William Warren? Pleasure to have you here, sir. I'm Irish, but I grew up in England, hence the voice. Or do you own a blade? You study UPSC. I mean, sometimes people come in here and say stuff, and I just don't understand it. I've still got a lot to learn in the game, quite clearly. Shout out from Frankie's basement. Bro, shout out to everyone here. I tell you what, the numbers have been blowing my mind. Dracarys. Yeah, the way Game of Thrones fell out is kind of hard. Damn, how many sons you've got? Officially, I've got one, but I do have more than that. I'm just not willing to disclose that kind of information. But yeah, he does ice skating. I was very skeptical about it because, you know, ice skating and then, you know, like, it's quite a fruity thing to do, especially if he starts dancing. Then I'm worried. You know, people that cut hair and they dance and they go on ice skates, they generally suck dick. So I'm trying to keep him away from all that stuff. Are you Irish? Yeah, technically I'm Irish. I was born there. My whole family's Irish, but I grew up in England and it's just ruined me, bro. Many say my English sounds very American, but I can also speak a bit of a. I think a British accent is the easiest one to pull off because you've just got to talk like you've got a stick up your ass. We've got another German. How you doing, Jan? Nice to see you here, bro. You just did Jackass. Who are you saying I look like now? If your son is gay, what would you do? I mean, the ship would have sailed at that point. Do you know what I mean? You can't really unring that bell. I wouldn't be delighted about it, but it is what it is, isn't it? I don't think anyone would choose to be gay. I've got nothing against gay people, you know, and I've got more than one son technically. So yeah, I'd live with it. If my son came home one day and said, I want to be a girl," I would beat the shit out of him and move to the mountains. Different conversation. I know people might be disgusted by that, but sorry, there's levels. When I was young, being gay was like one of the most, like, I grew up in a very anti-gay subculture. I'm not proud of it. but I matured and learned to be different. I don't think this tranny thing I'm ever going to understand. Homophobia is a huge red flag for closeted gay people. So this dude is hyper gay, apparently. No, I mean, like I said, I'm very accepting of like I'm very accepting of the gay community. I've got no issues. I think anybody should, as long as it's consensual, I think anyone should be able to get with who they got. I can't help but being viscerally disgusted by beat his ass was a bad choice of words. I find homosexuality to be viscerally disgusting to me. But as long as it's not like in my face, as in don't put your dong near my face, we can be friends. That came out wrong. He's still your son. You tried to save him. Yeah, that's the thing. He's my son. Oh, and I wouldn't want him to feel ashamed of who he is. That's the problem. What's your favorite movie? First thing that came to mind was The Usual Suspects. Wolf Raza, I don't care if you think I'm gay. I couldn't give a fuck, mate. I'm very, very comfortable in my own skin. If that's what you think, nothing I do or say on this channel is going to change your mind. And if you want to convince everyone I'm gay, that's fine too. I really appreciate your handlebar mustache, by the way. I'm very jealous. Wish I could grow some. I wish I could grow one myself, but puberty hasn't quite hit me yet. I love the gays. They're nice mostly. I don't think you can put. I've met many gay people that are assholes and many gay people that are nice. I think I'm with Batman here. I think homosexuality is okay if you don't make it your entire personality. I think when you viscerally show everyone I'm gay and everything that you do, that's where I kind of get a little bit annoyed. You know, take that pipe if that's what you like, but don't make it everything you are. That's a great statement. No, you can do anything to prevent. I think once somebody comes out as gay, you can tell the if anybody ever comes out as gay, they've already had a dick in their mouth, and you can't unring that bell. I don't understand how men try to be women and women try to be men. Yeah, it's very weird to me. But it goes cyclically. If you go through the entire span of human history, you get androgyny, you get men trying to be women, you get women trying to, it goes round and round and round and round and round. You can't do anything about it. Idaho Skatesman, I really appreciate you sending the cheapest fucking super sticker you possibly can. And by the way, shout out to the Idaho Skatesman. If you're a fan of MMA and just great humans, subscribe to the Idaho Skatesman. Great channel over there, and he is barreling towards 100K. 1K. That's a precursor for what's to come for your channel. Thank God for the Boston Tea Party. I'm not even sure what happened at the Boston Tea Party. Like, gays try their best to tell people they're gay, like putting makeup on and acting like, but not all gays are the same. God didn't make all gays equal. This is the thing. Homosexuality is so prevalent in our society now that there are types of gay, many types. Homophobia is a red flag for closets gay, period. No, Wolf Raza, it's not. It's absolutely not. And I don't have homophobia. I'm not homophobic. I just find the act of what gay people do to be disgusting to me. Like it kind of repulses me. But I don't have to be faced with that. It's a weird reverse psychological mind fuck thing you're trying to pull right now. And like I said, if you think I'm gay, bruv, I don't give a fuck. It doesn't bother me. I don't know why people care if someone is gay straight. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. The only thing, but Captain Treasure, do you know what I feel about the same way about heterosexual people as well. I don't really like people overly pushing themselves in front of others, I guess is what I'm saying. I think anything of a sexual nature should be kept private. That's it. The Tea Party started independence from British Island monkeys. No wonder I've wiped that from my history. I know a gay actor who doesn't make his sexuality his entirely personality, like Matt Boomer. He's a pretty openly gay dude. But that's what I'm saying. You get different types. Thanks for the advice, Wolfie Raza. I'll take that under consideration. I appreciate the advice. I'm assuming you're speaking from experience. Clint Torres is 100% Indian. Nothing wrong with that. By the way, I hit the like. I appreciate that. If you are here, do hit the like button. It's very much appreciated. Hey, Zelensky Maverick. You promised to roast every race last stream. I promised to do it at some stage in the week. I'm going to have to prepare for that. Are you an Irish patriot or a British patriot? I'm 100% an Irish patriot. There's nothing proud about being British. Despite the fact being raised here my entire life, I'm like a secret double agent, if I'm being honest. I've come here to eventually help us get some revenge. Bro, come on, read my chats and stuff. Do you see how fucking fast it's moving? And also, there is the issue, Maverick, of I think Restream is stuck in top chat, which is irritating. If you blow your there we go. We have our first legitimately gay comment of the evening, and we're like an hour in, so that's actually a pretty decent start. Do you believe in Jesus? I believe Jesus was a man that existed. And do I believe that he is the embodiment of a god in a body? Then no. What do you think about Islam versus JDM? I think JDM wins by decision, 3 rounds to 2, where he stuffs a lot of the takedowns and beats the fuck out of him. Shama or no Shama? Shama. And then when he loses again, it will be no Shama. Because that's how I am. Aussie, Irish, Aussie, Irish. Darren, that's the best combination that could ever exist. I'm going to keep it real with you. Can you twerk? No homo. I don't have the arse to be twerking. And I wouldn't do it if I could. How long will the stream be? I figure we could go like another hour. We'll see how things go. I kind of just keep going these days until I get tired. Oh yeah, I agree with that. It sucks people can dress so casually or sexually in public. I just don't like public displays of affection in general on both sides. I don't want to see people all over each other in public situations. What did you study in university? I studied educational studies and English literature. Yes, I am. From knowing many homophobic morons that ended up being super gay. Promise. Psychologically, it tracks, bud. Did real. You are gay. Accept it, bud. Miserable for no reason. Dumbass. You sound like an angry gay person right now that wants to recruit me. I'm not up for sale, sir. So fuck off. I said nothing homophobic in this entire stream. The fact that I get repulsed from somebody sucking a dick or the thought of that, there's nothing wrong with that. In the same way that gay people don't like to see a dick slamming out a pussy, it's the same situation. Wow, you got a big ass forehead. Nice. I like your penis. My mum liked it. Good job, man. Shout out to your mum. This forehead has never got in my way, to be fair. Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gahn. Tom Aspinall by, I'm going to say 3rd round, ground and pound. Literature, you study Shakespeare, among other things, yeah. I teach Shakespeare as well. And it can be very fun to teach in the right circumstances. James, I think Trump is from Germany or Russia. Trump is definitely a Russian cuck, for sure. Hello, English person. Hello, Indian person. Ban that cunt. Yes, ban that cunt, whoever it was. Jesus' miracles were fully documented and his words were recorded. Are you gay? No, I'm not. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Eros is healthy. Not having enough love and feeling the need to watch is the problem. Eros is healthy. Nice to meet you, Maria. I don't think we've ever had legitimate women in here before, other than the regulars that come in. Let's be real. Garn will pull the upset. I don't think he will. I do think he will make it harder for Tom than people expect. Trump is a cuck for someone, but it's not Russia. Freddie Trump's born in Germany. Is a great country. Nothing like. What does that have to do with anything? What do you think about Ilya Tapuria versus Gaethje? I think Ilya Tapuria knocks his head off in round 1. I think it's going to be brutal. Happy Diwali. Happy Diwali to all the Indian people up in here and to everyone, really. It's a great festival. Shout out to Diwali. Aspinall versus Francis Ngannou. I think Tom will be mauled. Nah, Aspinall would outskill him. Do you believe the Irish are superior than Brits, even though they colonized Europe? No, I don't believe that. I don't believe anyone is superior from anybody else. What do you think about Muslims and their religion? It's not really a religion. It's more like a way of life. And do like the stream. It'd be very much appreciated. We are barreling towards 1.5k at the moment, and we'd like to keep it going. Heard you like meat popsicles. Who told you? Who told you that? Germany is very beautiful and very clean. Great place to visit. Jimmy, within what context are you talking about? Germany is very beautiful. Do you shave your leg hair? Of course not. Of course not. My mum's dad, his people are from Germany. Your mum's dead. His people are from Germany. I'm not sure I'm reading that correctly. Shout out to Filwali. I can't believe I said that. I could name 10 races that are superior to Indians. You see, you're making me say this stuff out loud. It depends on what you consider Indian. Wolf v Raza, my conversation with you is over. You're clearly just a troll. Get back to sucking those dicks that you obviously enjoy. And again, I've got nothing against that. But get back to trolling somewhere else. Are you rich? I wouldn't say that I'm rich. I'm relatively comfortable. I've got everything I need in life, and that's all I can ask. Mohammed married a very young girl. Mm. What do you do in your life? I just pretty much respond to retards, pretty much. But we do manage to keep a lot of good people in here, so it's worth it. Would you go to Mars if you could? Of course. Of course. Hello, friend. I'm from Moscow. Where are you from? I'm Irish, but I grew up in the UK. Nice to meet you, sir. I'm proud to be a fascist. Nice for you, Maverick Rays. At least you keep it real. At least you keep it real. Have a mid-Diwali. Wow. Why is Wolfie so mad? I don't know, man. I don't know. I think he turned up at the exact moment I was reading out a chat. He assumed I was being homophobic, and because he takes cock in his ass himself, he got very upset about that. Nobody's upset about gay people in here. Well, some people are, but don't put your hatred on me. All right, cunt. And in fact, I don't even know why you're still here. Get the fuck out. How can I get a muscular body? I'm the wrong person to ask. Why don't you come and visit India? I mean, it's on the cards. Dazzle Boy, what is that in your profile picture, by the way? It looks like a Korean pop star. My great grandmother is full blood Cherokee. My great grandmother is a sixth Cherokee on my dad's side, and that is so confusing, man. There's a lot going on there. How you doing, Bitcram? What's good, bro? Do you like AI? I think it can be quite useful. You're not tough dumb. Wow, that's ironic. Calling someone dumb with an introduction like that. Would you leave the UK if you had the chance? I've left the UK loads of times. I only just got back a couple of years ago. I own my house here. I'm probably going to look to rent it out at some point and get the fuck out again. I'm proud to be against more immigrants. I'm not Nazi, by the way. It's not wanting immigrants in your country doesn't make you a racist. It absolutely doesn't. There's a great distinction about. I have kind of a very. I'm happy to have immigrants in my country as long as they're not coming in and fucking the place up and breaking the rules. That's all I'm saying. Technically, we are all related. Do you do martial arts? I used to do martial arts when I was younger. I did a bit of wrestling and I did judo, but not really, man. Not really. I was fucking a chick from my college at her place. Her dad made a sudden visit. My running skills helped me. That sounds very useful. That's a nightmare situation. Illegal is illegal, 100%. Immigration is fine as long as it's above board. What's your goal in life? My goal in life now basically is to set things up for my kids, which I'm well on the way to doing. So I'm going to be happy to leave this world if and when I know that my kids are set up for the rest of their lives. Happy Diwali. I can say happy Diwali. I am not Slim Shady. Believe it or not, brother, many call me Nazi because I'm not happy with their behavior in my school. My school is full of immigrants. I mean, you're entitled to feel how you want to feel. You know, wrestling in the UK, yeah. So soy wrestling, basically, barely counts. So you sucked UK resource and got an education from the UK and hating on the UK. 100%, yeah. I don't have to like all aspects of something. Not wanting immigrants is okay to some degree as long as you don't have thoughts of 22nd of July. Yeah, that's a different point altogether. Move to South America. Like I was saying, bro, yeah, I really need to sample what South America is like before I think about moving there. Hi, Trump. How are you? I can't see anyone named Steffi in here, but shout out to you. Isn't that the best way to do it though, Maverick? These mods are nothing, just crybabies. I don't care getting banned. Why not one last message before unsubscribe? Fair enough, unknown edits. Wait, did somebody ban you? I swear you're like a regular in here. Fuck the UK and the Brits. I mean, again, you're entitled to your opinion. I'm not from the UK. You look so manly. I definitely don't. Looking at the camera now, I look like I'm wearing lipstick, but it is what it is. What does bad MMA math mean? It basically is like a running joke that like you can't look at tangibles or intangibles in MMA because things you think should be, I don't know, things that you could look at that you think that could help you judge one fighter beating another never quite works out. So it's kind of a sly on that. Why are you so angry? I'm not angry. You should move there. Big booty Latinas are waiting for an Irish king like you. I'm Batman. I really appreciate that. I haven't ever got with a Latina. It's definitely on the list. It definitely is. I feel like I've got to. I am reasonably neutral. A lot of people say that about me, that I sit on the fence a lot. I do have strong opinions about things, but I try not to be offensive just for the sake of it. Gay UK dork, gay UK dork. I'm actually Irish cunt, but thanks for turning up. Like and subscribe. In fact, get the fuck out. Sarah, how you doing? Nice to have you here. Yeah, if you're getting kicked out, it's obviously for a good reason. But it has nothing to do with me. I don't kick anybody out. You can see my hands are right here. I'm not kicking anybody out. But there's certain behavior. If you're not bringing anything to the conversation other than trolls, you're gonna get kicked out. Are you Christian? I was born and raised as a Catholic, but I would consider myself an agnostic, to be honest. That's not atheist, which some people confuse. I'm an agnostic. Have you heard of Baldi's Basic? No, I haven't. Do you know Bear Grylls? I do. Apparently, he's an absolute fraud. Apparently, he pretends to like camp out in the wilderness when really he's living in luxury and is a completely lying, fraudulent bastard. Me for 2028. Maverick, you know I love having you in here. 43 people. Let's go. Yeah, the streams have been really popping lately. The subscribers have been going up. We're doing really well, man. I can't complain. I think people just like to come in here and throw shit at the wall, though, which is fine. If you need somewhere to come out and let your frustrations on, do your thing. Homemade Fiction, great name. What's the inspiration behind that? Your wife is your husband. See, I can't even do a very good Dublin accent. It's bad. That's how removed I've been from Ireland for over the years. Frankie, Aspinall versus Garn is at a good time this week. Where is that fight taking place? Is it in Dubai or is it in America? You can't ban a person who doesn't exist. Exactly. It's another person coming in saying, okay, bottle of water. Happy? Do you like Latinas or Korean women? I've only ever dunked one Korean woman, and it wasn't that memorable. But Asian women are my preference. They're not even my preference. Like I said this many times, I've got the Asian plague, sir. It got a grip of me at a young age, and it never let go. It never ever let go. But Latinas are objectively beautiful women. Ass or tits? I'm an ass man all day, which definitely adds to the gay argument, to be fair. Please just smile for once. People act like I'm some miserable cunt. I'm not. I'm a very happy chappy. How you doing, Gaz Ninja? You beauty. My latest mod is in the building. How you doing, Gaz Ninja? And Tone K. Always a G up in here. The first time I came in here, chat was debating peaches versus cherries. Peaches all the way. Those were the good old days. Where are you living right now, bro? I'm living in Cambridgeshire, which is in the UK. I live right next to a big lake. It's beautiful. How you doing, Chikal Lambenk? Hopefully I've pronounced that correctly. Hope you're having a wonderful day. You're from Indonesia. Wonderful. Did you hear about what? Yeah, the fart in the wind comment was hilarious. You'll be a fart in the wind. A fart in the wind. In English class, I sit next to my British friend. His British accent is annoying but funny at the same time. We have that about us. When we're the best time to be around a British person is when we're ripping the piss out of somebody. Nobody cuts somebody down like when you get cut down by a British accent. It's brutal. These Dubai cards are absolute garbage. Only serves the purpose of money laundering, and it works very, very well. Johan Lambert, you must be pretty good at English though. Yeah, Dazzle Boy, that was it. It was one of the very few funny comments he said. Happy Diwali, Mohit Singh. Hope you have a wonderful holiday, mate. British accent isn't even attractive. Why do people date Brits? I've got no idea, man. I've got no idea. I swear to God, yeah, I've literally been out in bars, not in this country, obviously, but whenever I go anywhere, I can just be talking to someone and people will just come up to my face and be like, "Oh, that's the it's a nice accent you've got there, mate." It's amazing. Wasn't Wordsworth also a resident of the Lake District? I don't live in the Lake District, but I live next to a really big lake. I subbed. You're low key chill. Thank you very much, I'm Batman. I appreciate you. It's always like I said. We're just trying to get a good we're trying to get a good community going here. That's all it is. We're gonna have to. We're gonna have to. Oh look. That cunt is back with a different fucking username. You are relentless, you bastard. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, if people. Yeah, he's back. Ducky, you saw it as well. How do you deal with downtime, sadnesses? I'm gonna be honest with you, your helper. I was saying this on my last stream. How you doing, nameless man? Nice to see you. You look like a young Tobin Bill, Jigsaw. I can see it a little bit, the ratty face. You've got a good point there. How do I deal with downtimes and sadness? I'll be honest, yeah. I am very much I'm somebody who lives in a lot of balance. So I never get overly depressed, but I don't get overly excited or happy about things either. I'm always in this constant state of just like middle ground, which is nice, you know? I'm generally very content in life. I think I've found like a middle ground. So I don't suffer from depression or like bouts of extreme elation either. Face only a mother could love. Thank you very much, Aiden Dyson. I'm going to let that one slide because my brother's name is Aiden. So you get one for free, cunt. And it's not like I grew this face myself. So it's a weird thing. How you doing, River Rat? Welcome back. Hey, bro, what's good? Nice to see you, Sky Gaming. Welcome to the channel. I don't know what that means, face. What's your top 3 fights on UFC 321 next week? Let's have a quick look. All right. Well, it's not Mackenzie. I would say Volkov and Almeida. I'm very interested in that. Rakic and Murzakanov should be very interesting. And obviously Tom Aspinall and Cyril Gahn. What I've seen as well, yeah, Mateusz Rebecki is a very, very huge underdog against Ludovic Klein. I think there's some money to make there. What's your job, matey? I am a professor of English literature. Do you live alone? No, I don't. I have a family. Ireland is the GOAT. Ireland is amazing. I loved living there. I absolutely loved it. Please subscribe and hit the like button. That would be very much appreciated. I keep forgetting to put this up. We are literally barreling towards 1.5k, which is crazy. My objective on this platform was to get to 1,000, and then that was it. I'm like, I've made it. I've done it. Like, I've got 1,000. You know, there's some nice people coming in. We have a good chat. I'm done. But now lately, the last month, the channel's been going really well, and we've got 48 fuckers in here. Are you an extrovert or an introvert? I would say it really much depends on the situation. I can be the life and soul of the party when I'm in the mood, but I'm not consistent with it. So I would say generally, I prefer, if I'm given the choice, 8 times out of 10, I'm going to be staying at home and spending time by myself. I just prefer it. But when I'm in the mood, I'm in the mood. Suck my dick, mate. Thanks for the offer, but I'm good, Vikram. And I don't have a fucking telescope handy, mate. Legit a professor, I am, yeah. Usiles was not a great read. Don't kill me. Usiles is not a great read. It's not. Homer is very difficult to read. I'll be honest. A lot of that old shit is challenging. It's like James Joyce, Irish author. His shit is just impossible to read. I find it gross to read. Professor of what? In yapping? Well, kind of. Yapping is part of it. It's kind of part of it. Are you homosexual? For the 1,000th time, no. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Have you been to Vietnam? I graduated from a pedagogical university in Russia, and I went to go to Vietnam, but I'm afraid I got back from Vietnam literally 3-4 months ago. I went there over the summer. Vietnam is incredible. I've got some videos of what I did there that will make you guys jealous as fuck. Vietnam is amazing. Those people know how to party. That while I was there, yeah, I was genuinely thinking this place might be better than the Philippines and better than Thailand while I was there. It did taper off a little bit towards the end, but Vietnam's amazing. I would strongly recommend it. I'm not sure about living there, T.S. Eliot is pleasant enough. 100%. Dozens of firefighters are tackling a blaze at a former school building in Eastbourne. East Sussex Fire. Thanks for the update, Red Sheep. My dad is gay. I've got to say it. If you're gay, yeah, and you manage to fuck a woman long enough to come, that's some perseverance right there. Do you like Indian girls or American girls? If I could choose, I would choose Indian girls. Have you been to Dagestan? Obviously not. Who the fuck just casually goes to Dagestan? Who chooses to do that? I'm Klaus Mikkelsen and I can't be killed. Shout out to you. China's underrated too. Yeah, I lived in China for 7 years and it was amazing. And the women there are a lot more liberal than you would think. If you know what I'm saying. If you smell what I'm cooking. Can't believe I just said that. What if Yuri was in your lectures? Man, I'd be fanboying out. I'm a big fan of Yuri. Oh, thank you. I was really afraid. No, Vietnam's sensational. Sensational. I was only there for about 2 weeks. If you go through some of my old live streams, especially the ones around August, I was there for about 2 weeks and I did some live streams in a bar and you just see women hitting on me constantly. It was so glorious. I didn't even have to do anything. It was amazing. Do you like smelly people, bro? I don't see what are you referring to the Indian versus American women debate? I don't like white women. I'm just keeping it real. And I don't like Western sensibilities in general. 7 years in China as an English teacher. Yeah, mostly. I taught in a high school there, and I also taught at a university as well. Johan's cool, man. Johan, that's a very good. That's definitely a dad joke. Have you ever rode a motorcycle? I have. I'm not big on them, to be honest. I think there's too much danger involved. I know too many people who have been killed on motorcycles. There's just the thing is, if I feel the same way about motorcycles as I do about helicopters. There's just no error for danger. Sorry, there's no error for making there's a small margin of error is what I'm trying to say. Look like you're in the wrong side of town, kid. Don't know what that means. Do you like classical music? I used to listen to it when I was studying back in the day. China doesn't just fake a lot of shit. China is the most based nation in the world. They will blatantly copy something and make it. They don't give a fuck about patents or anything like that. There are literally iPhone stores in China, and Apple does not operate in China, and they're all over the place. What's poppin', G? How you doing, Vicky Veramar? Nice to see you. Aspinall dust's gone before Anik gets to say 2 minutes left in the first round. I don't hate that take. Gon is very much going to be looking to point fight his way through as much of the fight as he can. And at the end of the day, we don't get to see what happens. We haven't got to see Tom in deep water, so it's going to be interesting. By the way, if you are here fresh, please do like the stream. It's very much appreciated. We've had really good numbers today. It's been amazing. We've had really good numbers this month. I love your point of views. I can easily tell you won't fail in many arguments. As long as you respect everything on a human level, you will have everyone's love. I generally don't disrespect people at all. Even when people come at me, I'm not a very easy person to trigger. And I'm not out to upset people generally. Sometimes my opinions will upset people, but it's not what I intend to do. Never been to China, but I've heard that poverty is more widespread than you would believe. Absolutely not true, man. If anything, it's the opposite. I would say China has the biggest middle-class population in the world. I'd say pound for pound, they have more people that are in comfortable living situations than anywhere else in the world, especially when you consider how many people are there. China's very self-sufficient as well. Harvest Moon, great game. I thought you are mature, but I am wrong. You are a crybaby. Your mods enjoy a few live streams, not anymore, so fuck off to you too. That's a lot to digest there, bro. China are based, but the government overreach a bit too much. China don't give a fuck, mate. Are you on Instagram? I'm not. Well, I am, but I don't use it. Or I don't use it very often. My Instagram and Twitter are the same. It's Bad MMA Math. It's at Bad MMA Math. Where are you from, bro? I'm Irish, but I grew up in the UK. I feel like Aspinall and Gon are the most inactive fighters in the whole heavyweight division. You're right about that. But in fairness, it's not really Aspinall's fault. It's not. Only Help Me is live. Who's that? Who's Only Help Me? You think you can do this to me, kid? Don't ignore my question. King Kong ain't got shit on me. What was your question? If I've missed your question, I apologize. It's not deliberate. The chat is I think stuck in top chat, and I can't really do anything about it. It has to do with the restream settings, which is the thing that I'm using. So I apologize about that. Cricket with Aditya. I am a professor of English literature. Who wins, Pimlet or Tapuria? Pimlet knocks his head off in about 60 seconds. Do you prefer Latinas or Indian women? I go for Latinas. I would go for Latinas. But again, I mean, it very much depends on the individual, because on the whole, it's very, very difficult. I would say on the whole, pound for pound, Latinas obviously have more hard body women than Indians do. But there's some beautiful Indian women out there. Cocaine or weed? I've never done cocaine. I've never really done drugs. I've only ever smoked weed, so I'm going to have to go with weed. You look like you frequent 4chan. What's 4chan? I'm not sure what that is. Do the Raw. What Raw? How's the migrant situation in Ireland currently? Apparently it's completely out of control. My man, Latinas are gas. Are they? Is it hype? Happy Diwali. Happy Diwali to you, Softy. That's disappointing. Do you believe in Sectagon? Don't know what that is. I'm sounding pretty ignorant right now, but try cocaine, it rules. I don't know, man. I've got a very addictive personality. So I don't know if that would go well for me. I'm probably too old for that now. I've got kids. If I'm going to try anything, I've said this multiple times, man, I'm going to do hallucinogenics. I'm going to do like DMT and shit. Because I've heard DMT, when you do DMT, you see like our alien overlords. Thank you very much, Scotty Manley. I really appreciate that. A like and subscribe is always nice. Blood Moon, calm G now. Calm down, G. You're annoying right now. Hello, bro. How you doing? Mindset Positive. Great name. Do you all celebrate Diwali? We celebrate Diwali in England, but I mean, it's amongst the Indian community, obviously. But everyone gets involved. Because obviously in schools and stuff, we celebrate multicultural everything. So it's not just Diwali. We celebrate everything. Hardest book to read is Thus Spoke Zarathustra. Do you have any businesses or business plans? I've invested in stuff in the past, but I usually let people who are more knowledgeable than me do my investing for me. I'm a very risk adverse person. I have a pretty decent salary, and I do waste money on stupid shit. But I own my own house. I invest in things like physical things. So yeah. Where are you from, bro? I'm from Ireland, but I grew up in the UK. I grew up in London. What culture do you belong to? I would say I've got an Irish mindset, but I've got like British sensibilities, which is a very confusing dichotomy. I'll tell you that now, because they could not be more polar opposites. I'm Indian. Welcome to the chat, Mindset Positive. We do get a lot of Indian people in the chat. Maybe you can confirm this for me. Indian women are top notch, right? Top notch. Can you river dance? How dare you? How fucking racist are you? Of course I can. Who is your favorite UFC fighter? List 3. Right now, it's Manel Cap, Ilya Topuria, and Yuri Prohaska. Fluffy Hernandez is in there as well. And Marab. I'll give you 5. There's your 5. How many wives can you afford of your salary? 0. Nobody can afford any wives. Your time is more precious. The amount of soul that gets sucked out of your life, out of your body, being with a woman doesn't make it worth it. Make it clap. What are you saying? First time here, what do you discuss about? Editha, anything you want to. You can talk about any fucking thing you want. I ordered a wrap from KFC. I don't know if KFC these days, man. I used to really love it. It used to be like my guilty pleasure food or my cheat day food. I don't really fuck with it anymore. KFC's changed, man. It used to be amazing. But maybe because I haven't been in a KFC in a long time, I mostly just order. Corporate's already sucking out life. 100% redraw. How can you be a fan of Marab? Do you know why I love Marab Showbiz? He's a funny, down-to-earth little goblin. And what's really great about him is when he breaks people in the middle of the fight and you see them just lose the will to continue, it's beautiful to watch. He breaks spirits. And that's fascinating to see. Are you a Mormon? I'm not a Mormon, but you're a Bleach fan. So welcome here. Bro switched from KFC to UFC. I'm just, I'm that sharp, bro. Everything is changing. Yeah, it is. So yeah, I don't fuck with KFC really anymore, but it is, it used to be a guilty pleasure back in the day. I don't involve any lives on my plate. I eat guilt-free and turn vegetarian. I think it's difficult to maintain muscle mass or any kind of strength by being a soy vegetarian. I'm really sorry, bro. But shout out to you for the discipline. I was vegetarian for like 3 years and it ruined my body. Good morning, mate. How you doing, Monarch? Good to see you, bro. Milk Factory. That's a random thing to jump in and say. I subscribed because you said I look Korean, by the way. Is that your picture? You really do look Korean. And I didn't mean it as a diss, by the way. I meant it as a compliment. I am just a casual fan. Please don't ignore me. So I have to go. Google, is Aspinall gone tonight? It's next week, Jimmy. Next week, Saturday. I could call Marab Energy Vampire. He's not Goblin anymore. Do you not think it's really satisfying to see him do that, though? When I saw him do it to Umar, that was particularly satisfying. Vegetables, vegetables are technically alive as well. They might not be sentient, but they're alive, and they could be sentient. I guarantee you we figure that out in the next 50 years. Seeing a tree scream when we chop it down. No, Marab's the guy, man. You can't help but appreciate what he does. I'm Indian through and through, from Nagaland. Nice. Well, you very much, you have a Korean style about you, which right now is the it thing. So shout out to you, sir. It's like you need to have proper knowledge. In India, we have so much alternative in place on blood and meat. Yeah, I know you don't eat beef, but you pretty much eat everything else. Woe to us. I was raised as a Catholic, but I wouldn't consider myself a Catholic anymore. I consider myself an agnostic. I'm kind of respectful of all people's faiths. Yeah, so I believe in like a creator, and I believe in living your life in the right way and being good to people and not being a cunt, basically. But yeah, I don't go to church or follow any specific religion. I respect what comes. I'm basically one of those cunts that goes to a buffet and just takes all the good shit and ignores all the bad. James Darren Lawrence, gay. Thanks for your contribution to this chat, you piece of shit. And he's gone. Humans need to consume meat. I believe we have to. Yeah. I do think that this carnivore diet's kind of bullshit as well. I think people who just straight eat meat and don't have vegetable. I think you need a balanced diet, is what I'm saying. You ate beef for dinner tonight. Fair play to you, man. Do you believe in ghosts? No, not really, but that's because I've never seen one. Your teeth tell you what you should be eating, exactly. Exactly. Do you believe that we live in some kind of simulation matrix? 100%. I do. I believe this is all a fucking simulation, 100%. Lamb is lamb is amazing. Lamb is one of my top meats, bro. You can't beat a good lamb chop, especially when it's done well. If you go to a gourmet place and you get yourself a good lamb chop, oh my God. What is your God's name? Don't really have a name for my God. If Hugh Grant and Zelensky had a son, do you know what, Ammo? I actually appreciate that. The mother of my children is like a big Hugh Grant fan, and that fucking statement really hits home for me. Humans need meat, fruit, and vegetables. That's why we have different teeth. Exactly. Exactly. We've literally evolved. But it could be that we just was eating what's available. Do you know what I mean? Lamb curry is amazing. It bloody is. It bloody is, mate. Am I banned? No, what the mods do is they don't really ban you. What they do is they give you a little kick for 120 seconds. just to give you a warning that your behavior is not acceptable. And then if you keep repeating that behavior, you get banned for life. The name of God is Tom Aspinall. God damn. Deterministic, free will, or compatibilistic? I don't know. I am in a simulation. We're all in a simulation. Koreans are overrated and their birth rates are so low. Birth rates are low everywhere though, aren't they? I mean, I don't understand this. I mean, I do understand it to some extent, but it's like we're overpopulated and now they're complaining about birth rates being too low. There is a scientific explanation for how the two correlate, but I'm assuming it's because we're going to end up with a much older generation than we have now. We're going to have too many old people in like 20, 30 years from now. Man, I just paid for another. Oh, fuck that. I mean, you're ignoring me. That's why they didn't time out. Oh no, no, no. I mean, my mods are fairly they're working really hard right now. Shout out to my mods. Lost £20 this card. Do I just take out a loan and bet Aspinall? It's not worth it, man. Minus 400. I wouldn't be taking that risk. I didn't make any money on the UFC card, by the way. Shout out to Paradox the Chad, absolute G, great YouTube channel as well. Shout out to Paradox the Chat. If in fact, let me just Paradox. Give me a second. Let me try and throw up a link to Paradox's channel. I've just seen that JVD's on as well now. I need to give my boy JVD a shout out. Paradox one. Paradox, are you still doing your thing? Anyway, but yeah, Paradox. I made money on the football over the weekend, so I was pretty much like, I was betting with free money pretty much. What's your age? I'm 40 years old. Tone K, too many upsets. If you're somebody who bets on underdogs, you would have had a good weekend. Yamal or Mbappe? Mbappe's definitely more polished now, but I think Yamal's going to grow to be the best player in the world in a year or two. He is unbelievable. And Mbappe's just never got it done. What's your passion, talent? I would say it's my ability to write. You look 20, man. Thank you very much. Streaming looks fun. Do you know what, Dazzle Boy? You should give it a try. Anyone can do it. Ducky's been paying attention. Shout out to you, Ducky, and welcome back, bro. Still, we should accept that we don't have that. You could have done otherwise. I don't have any arguments against you are not the author of your own story. This fucked my mind. That's the thing. It's like the free will thing is a difficult one to. Monarch, to be honest with you, yeah, I find it better to just not overthink things, because when you get to anything at its fundamental nature, the fact that we exist at all blows my mind. If you get back down as basic as that, you could make yourself crazy. I appreciate that. I'm old as fuck, boys. Dream on. Mbappe won the World Cup at 19. But hang on a second. Didn't Spain win the last World Cup? And Yamal was at the center of it. You are looking like an 18-year-old kid. I feel like I'm 90 years old. Ducky, you're a beauty, mate. Do you believe big organized religions like Christianity and Islam are made for mass control? 100%. Because if the majority of people live in very, very shitty circumstances, and it certainly was an element of control back in the day where you have to believe that, like, I don't know, that you have something to look forward to, or you go fucking bonkers. France won 2018, but didn't Spain win in 2022, or am I mistaken? Oh, it was Argentina. I'm talking out my ass. No, it was Spain. Spain won the European Championships, which, to be honest, yeah, the European Championships is just as good as it's just as hard to win as the World Cup, because the best teams are in Europe. Let's keep it real. Bad breath alert. I'll have you know, sir, I am always minty fresh. Hygiene is very, very important to me. What day is your birthday? My birthday is the day before Halloween. So I'm not sure exactly what day it is. But France winning I mean, winning a World Cup at 18 is very impressive. But what's he really done since then? He's never won a Champions League. He's never won a Ballon d'Or, and he's getting on a bit. So I don't know, man. Stop swearing. That's not nice. I'm very sorry, man. I'm a very angry person. Sometimes I need to just get it out. You are like 40 years old. I am. Euro is the mini World Cup. I don't know, man. I think it's just as hard to win, in my opinion. What type of philosophy do you like? What types of philosophy are there? Why is Christianity failing in keeping people believe it was a proper and rightful religion? I think it's a little bit outdated. But also, generally, people were just godless. People aren't God-fearing anymore. This whole generation is like completely. But I guess everyone says that about every generation. I mean, the way that the generation before us used to talk about us. Yeah, my birthday's on the 30th of October. So I'm like 10 days away, something like that. Yeah, the 30th. Why so serious? I'm not serious at all. Messi robbed the Ballon d'Or is ridiculous. The Ballon d'Or is a joke. It's always a political fucking. It's always a popularity contest. You are Christian? No, I was raised as a Catholic, but I wouldn't call myself Christian. I'd say I'm an agnostic. How you doing? So many people say I look like Lex Friedman. I don't really see it, but I guess I wouldn't. Yeah, we're always here to have fun. That's always the main thing. Do you agree with Niche? I mean, I don't know, man. He's come out with a lot of stuff, hasn't he? I wouldn't say I agreed with everything that Niche said. I am still here, by the way. Bro, you look like Zelensky. I've heard that quite a lot as well. I don't know how I can look like so many people at once, though. Are you a Brit? I'm technically Irish, but I grew up in the UK, so it depends how you see it. Your cam's off. Yeah, I turned it off for a minute. Lex and you have the same eyes. Really? My eyes are actually dark green. Do you like George Carlin? George Carlin is one of the best comedians of all time. One of the best. He was way ahead of his time, George Carlin. He's definitely on Goat Mountain for sure. Very underrated comedian, or very much forgotten comedian these days. It's on the Fight Night Frankie logo. Yeah, my daughter designed that logo, funnily enough. And she designed my banner as well. Yeah, I turn my camera off sometimes when I'm vaping because I don't want you to see that horrible shit. That's my honest answer. You've come up here to hear the truth, and that's exactly what you're gonna get. Favorite movie? I wouldn't say it's my favorite movie is probably Big Trouble in Little China. It's something I can go back to all the time. I'm not really a big fan of Jimmy Kimmel. He was very funny back in the day, but don't really give a shit about. I don't really watch much of what he does really. My best movie of all time is Usual Suspects because it made me want to study film more closely. But yeah, he's become an imbecile for sure. But my favorite movie is probably Big Trouble in Little China because it's something that I can go back to at least once a year and still enjoy it like I'm watching it the first time. And Kurt Russell was just an absolute don. I love Kurt Russell. Is that a tiger on your t-shirt? I think it's a Kenzo. So it is a tiger, yeah. I do like this t-shirt. It's a nice fit. How you doing, Swervo? Welcome back, bro. My favorite movie is Terminator 1. Terminator 1 is amazing. The only thing, well, if I'm going to go bald, that might be why I'm losing hair. I've made a deal with myself, though. I've got one more vape thing left because I used to order them in like packs of 6. When I finish this one, I'm not ordering anymore. So I'm going to go back on like 6 months off vaping at least. You are not believe God. I believe in a creator. I don't know if I believe in God in the same way or sense that you do. What's your favorite TV show? I would say overall it's probably The Wire. I think The Wire just has everything. And the fact that it's so consistent in what it does, exploring each institution as it goes through, I think it's just a really well-crafted show. And it's something that you can rewatch and discover new things for. The characters were amazing. The plot was very well driven and explores some genuine issues. So I really enjoyed it. My favorite movie is Saving Private Ryan or Pulp Fiction. Very good movies. Oddly, you look like the cop from Terminator 2. I've heard that once or twice as well. What is the question you want to ask to us? The main thing I'm interested in, your helper, I'm mostly interested in where people are from and what their experiences are. Frankie, if you watch Dexter, Dexter's really good. I haven't seen the new. I haven't seen the new. Peaky Blinders is really good as well. It's not really up there for me, but I like it. You're talking about my favorite. I would say it has to be The Wire. Game of Thrones ended too badly. Game of Thrones was great for a while, but it started to suck. I love Prisoners and Nightcrawler. Nice one. The Nothing Guy. Nice to see you here, bro. But yeah, Dexter was very good, but I haven't seen any of the new season. Yeah, the Wire is just amazing. If you haven't seen it, give it a try. It's unbelievable. Such a good show. A lot of people suck off Breaking Bad. I thought it was decent, but I never really connected with it. Same thing with Better Call Saul. I never really enjoyed it. What's the accent? It's a London accent, bro. Did you see the movie that Tom Hardy plays two people in? Are you talking about the Cray brothers? He was amazing. What didn't I reply to, Tazy? I apologize if I missed one of your chats. How are you doing audio only? I could see a part of Connor in your face. Noob. Well, I've been doing YouTube for about 2 years, but I'm not a YouTuber. So I liked Taboo by Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy's a very decent actor. Audio, I'm going to give you a warning here. If you're going to spam, you're going to get kicked out in a matter of seconds. And I'm not going to do it. So you keep doing you, bro. What about The Boys? The Boys started out really well. I really enjoyed it for what it was. But I've heard it's kind of fallen off recently. Sopranos is really good as well. I got into Sopranos really, really late. Californication's really good as well. It's about a writer, yeah? And it's got David Duchovny or whatever his name is. I remember seeing that. Hey, I'm Indian. You like Indian man. Not in the way that I hope you're suggesting, but India's cool, yeah. I'm thankful my parents moved to Switzerland rather than the UK. I would be pissed to have a British accent. What does a Switzerland accent sound like? Because you guys speak so many languages. Swiss people are very, very diverse when it comes to language. Bro is into women, 100%. Mind if I ask your views on immigration, or is this not the place? You can ask my views on immigration. I'm happy about immigration as long as it's for the right reasons. As long as immigrants are coming into a country and they are living by the country's laws and they're bringing something to the country, not just committing crime and taking things from it. I'm very happy with immigration. I've got nothing against it. And by the way, not all illegal immigrants come in and do fucked up stuff in the country. So I'm more against, and it should be the same for any nation. If you have people coming into your country and they're committing crimes and just taken from your country, you shouldn't be happy about them being around either. Because if you're a tax-paying person, citizen, they are ultimately taking from you and they're putting a strain on you. The more they put a strain, and it's not just immigrants that do it, but you know what I'm saying. Be proud to be Indian, 100%. Be proud to be where you're from. Yes, the nonce is back. How you doing? I'm surprised you keep coming back here, considering how much you hate my channel. Your thoughts on Albanians, in particular? Dua Lipa is hot as fuck, or she's semi-hot. I'd dip a few. I'd dip a few sticks in that. I'm a doctor in Cambridge. Got called a dirty packy yesterday. I'm very sorry to hear that, man. The thing is, though, somebody saying that to you is not a representation of what the whole country is like. It's like if I went to India and somebody said something about me being white. That wouldn't be an entire representation of what India or Pakistan or America or wherever is like. Be proud to be hygienic too, very much so. I know what you're trying to say, Babe Laser. I am very hygienic. I know you're trying to trigger me right now. You are lovely though. Thank you for being so moderate. You're very, very welcome, Mohammed. I actually live in Cambridgeshire myself, so I'm very surprised that you're suffering that kind of abuse. But just ignore it. And like I said, focus on the good stuff. RDR lost so badly. He did. The thing that bothered me about the RDR loss, because we all know that RDR is shit. He fights shit, and we all saw this coming sooner or later. What bothers me is that you quit like a little bitch. Dua Lipa has 4 lips. What do you mean by that? Have you had a poo today? I don't think so. But thanks for inquiring. It's good to know that you care. I don't believe that I have. I'll let you know when I do though, yeah? How about that? Bro, you into poetry? Oh, I am into poetry, yeah. It's not my favorite literary form, but it can be very what's the word? Enriching. It can. I enjoy any form of expression. I'm not heavily into art because I don't think I've got the brain for it. As in like paintings and you know, sculpting and things like that. I've never really known how to appreciate it. But that's just my sensibility. I don't everyone has I find literature artistic. I am Batman. How you doing, Tony Stark? And I'm Batman is now just raging. You should have said I'm Tony Stark. That would have been a good reaction. Hello, mate. Empty thy pockets. That is a very nice way of robbing somebody. Shout out to you. Do you think Reyes will get another title shot? Definitely not. Reyes is done for now. Well, he's done for good, really. But you could still have some fun fights. Winning a title isn't everything. And he'll always have the I beat John Jones narrative to stand behind. Manchester United beat Liverpool at Anfield. How? Because Liverpool have been shit all season. And I hate Liverpool now because they took Alexander Isak from my team. Look how it's working out for you. Should have kept a receipt, cunts. How you doing, Zuzu? Tell me 3 things every person has to do in their life from your experience. I would say keep the people you love close to you. Pursue things in life that you enjoy. And don't put money at the center of your world. There are other things that are more enriching. Hey, bro, how are you? How are you doing, Lucifer666? I'm from India. Nice to meet you, bro. Judges were on crack in that John Jones fight. I mean, the thing is, yeah, I'm going to say something that people might not like, and I'm not a fucking John Jones fan at all. In fact, people know how much I hate that weirdo. But um, Dominic Reyes clearly won round 1 and 2. John Jones clearly won round 4 and 5. It's that round 3 that's very contentious, and it was a close round. I thought Dominic Reyes won it, but I don't think it was a robbery. I think it was just a bad decision. Very nice question, though, your helper. Very good. That's a nice thing to see. Frankie, did you see that John Jones and Hasbulla clip? I haven't. I only saw the way Guru reacted to it. I haven't seen the actual clip. My dad's Pakistani and people like him, and I think it's because of bad immigrants that all over. That's the problem with it though. I'm Batman, but that takes really, really. That's what an ignorant person is to me. It's like if I get cheated on by a woman or I get like have a bad experience with a woman, I blame it on all women. You can't do that. Do you think stress is an essential part of our lives? Stress is a killer, but I guess it keeps us focused. It keeps us focused. So John Jones is old, bro. He's not that war torn though. I mean, he's been around for a while, but he's had a lot of time off. How you doing, Jilly Bobsan? Nice to meet you, sir. Do you believe China is a good place to live? I absolutely love living there. I was there for 7 years, and I would 100% go back. It was amazing. And are there women that are worth marrying? No, 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 no. Marriage is a very bad idea for men. Marriage is an awful idea for women. Man, how could I forget to fuck? It can happen. John versus Tom or John versus Alex. I'll be honest with you. If I was John Jones, I would fight Alex. And if I was Alex, I would fight Jones. Because it's more of a legacy situation for both of them. Tom Aspinall is too dangerous and isn't worth the legacy thing. Because he hasn't got the name yet. I'm 40 years old, Zuzu, and John will duck both Exo Radar 100%. Do you think John got special treatment from Diddy at the parties? He definitely did. I wonder if that's ever been found out or not, because John Jones seems like the type who'd be first in line. I wouldn't move to China if you're a follower of Islam. It's not really the same. It's not really what people think. It's the same as with there's a view that Chinese people hate black people. They don't. They're scared of them. There's a complete difference, and they've been raised to be scared of them. They're not racist towards black people in that way, in that they hate you. They're genuinely fearful. It's hilarious. Well, it's not really funny, but like, you know what I'm saying? It's not what people think. Marriage as a social construct is outdated. Do you agree? I don't think marriage is a bad concept. I think that the problem is that divorce divorces are ultimately more painful and more difficult for the man. A divorce can ruin a man's life when he didn't even want one, which to me is fucked up. I think if you're a woman and you choose to get divorced, you should face the consequences that come with that. If you wake up one morning and you decide you don't want your husband anymore, you shouldn't be allowed to take anything from him. Do you got to take a crap because you got that resting crap face? Nah, I don't. But again, thanks for your concern, bro. Appreciate it. Frankie, you should have seen his Bueller's face when he saw John Jones do it. Do you know Persian? I've become more aware of Persian culture over the last few months. Assalamu alaikum. How you doing, Rory Tatar? Nice to meet you, sir. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Very happy to have you in the channel. You are more than welcome to be here. Thank you for turning up. You're allowed to follow your religion in China, just don't go around preaching it. That's exactly it. Don't go sticking it down people's throats, is what they're saying. Rewarding a woman for tearing a family apart is insane. You know that idiot, that woman who I don't really like her much, that Pearl woman, yeah. She said something that was very true. If you have what should happen when a divorce happens is custody should be automatically split 50-50, and then the woman should be paying for when they have the child that percentage of the time, and the man should be paying for that 50% of the time. And it should be that simple. Do you know what's funny, Rudra? I started playing Prince of Persia. What's the name of the latest one? On Steam recently, I bought it, and it's actually really good. China is atheist, and there are a lot of Christian Chinese people. A lot. That's why I respect Connor. He should never marry Devlin. I mean, she's going to be entitled to fuck loads of shit, regardless of whether they get married or not. But it doesn't sound like to me she's ever going to leave him. She knows perfectly well what he's like, and she's stuck with him through the entire thing. She's a saint, in my opinion. Pearl is right most of the time. She kind of is. Are you a gamer? And if so, what's your favorite? Is it Forgotten Sands? Give me a second. Let me just turn this. Let me grab my Steam Deck. And to be honest, your helper, I play old man games like Firewatch, Stardew Valley, Subnautica. I used to be like a big Final Fantasy and Resident Evil fan, but I don't really. When a Resident Evil game comes out, I fuck with it. And same with Final Fantasy, but I'm not really big on anything these days. Dragon Quest is amazing. Really, I thought they are Buddhist and atheist. No, not really. There are loads of Christian Chinese people. China doesn't. Yeah, that's the thing. They're usually curious and surprised to see them. It's Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown is the one I was talking about. Good game. I'm enjoying it. I don't know why I suddenly got the urge to play it. I think it was on like Steam. It was on a discount, and I just thought, fuck it. Why not get it? Assalamu alaikum is Arabic, not Persian. It is. Final Fantasy VII is my favorite Final Fantasy game. The original one. The new one is good as well. Play Silent Hill F. I haven't played it yet. I haven't even bought it, and I've got everything. When Silent Hill F gets cheaper, I'll probably buy it, because the original Silent Hill games were amazing. I know a Somali influencer in China. He showed that there are usually what Somali? You're not talking about Joey Somali, are you? Because that cunt wasn't in China. He was in Korea, I think, and Japan. Runecraft used to be goated. I never played that as well. Is that an MMO? Final Fantasy X is fucking incredible as well. There are games within Final Fantasy X, like the card games, like Blitzball, that are better than full-scale games. I would recommend caffeine shampoo. I do use caffeine shampoo. I've always had very thin hair. I was born with it. Johnny Somali was in Japan. Yeah, he was. He was in Japan and Korea, I think. Silent Hill F is damn scary. I heard it wasn't an amazing game, but I'm going to give it a chance. Wait, Gaz, I use very expensive shampoo. It doesn't really make that much difference. I'm Irish Zuzu, but I'm live in the UK. And I grew up in the UK. How you doing, Rakol? What's good, bro? Shout out to me. Shout out to you. Shout out to yourself. How you doing, Tahid Islam? Nice to meet you. Final Fantasy X was goated. It was. I like the Final Fantasy game because it brought me into. I have like nostalgic memories of it. Um, but Final Fantasy X is arguably a better game. He's in Korean jail, and long may he rot there. This is like Pokemon. Pokemon's a terrible game. Only the original games were good. How do you see people living like in the year 2100? I think we're all going to be fucking wiped out if I'm being honest. How you doing, Luklayik? Nice to meet you. I play King of Fighters and Tekken. I'll be real, man. I do not play fighting games, and it's probably because I'm not very good at them. The scariest games I've played was the Amnesia series. Please subscribe and hit the like button. Thank you very much, Tone K. I'm not sure what the like situation is like now. 54 likes is crazy. 54 likes is crazy. What's your job? I'm a professor of English literature. The gameplay might be good, but I'm only there to goon. Fair enough. Whatever gets you off, bro. Good old Road Rash and Vice City. Road Rash was amazing as well, and so was Vice City. The GTA games were always good fun. I'm technically British, yeah, because I grew up here, but I'm from Ireland, really. Resident Evil feels more like an action zombie game than a horror game. Go back and play the original Resident Evils. They were when they were embracing survival horror, they were much better. I'm unable to get into the army. Why is that? Do you do martial arts? I used to do judo, and I did a bit of wrestling when I was younger, but I don't do it anymore. Bro, play Outlast 2. It's scary as hell. I've got Outlast 2. If in the corner somewhere, I've got the Outlast suitcase edition that's really good. Good night, Exo Raider. Thank you for helping keep the channel under control. I appreciate it. I'm not a martial artist, I'm a professor, man. I'm a geek. Do you like boxing? I love boxing. Don't you get pissed when people ask you you're British? No, I don't, because I sound British. So I totally understand it. I totally understand it. EXO, you are a fucking legend. Thank you so much for helping keep this place moderated. You are the GOAT. One of the GOATs. Don't get mad, Westy. I feel Resident Evil 7 is the best horror, and RE. That's not a bad take at all. The only thing that the reason why RE7 is particularly scary is because you feel limited in what you can do. So you constantly feel like you're in danger because the movement mechanics are terrible. And you feel like something could happen at any moment. And there are games that take advantage of jump scares a little bit too much. And Resident Evil 7 does do that towards the end. But at the beginning, it lulls you into a false sense of security. GTA 4 should have a remake. It absolutely should. What kind of memory are you hoping for, Zuzu? What would your students' reaction be on your stream? Some of them would be surprised. Some of them shouldn't be, because I'm pretty based at work as well. I mean, I tone it down a bit at work, but I don't think they'd be surprised. It seems like you say you're born in Ireland, lived in Britain, every stream 60 times. Unfortunately, a lot of people ask that. Do you play? I don't play Roblox, no, but I've heard it's very good. Weston is pound for pound number one. He is. GTA 4 didn't get the recognition it deserved. Maverick, I'm going to be honest with you, it's the only GTA game I haven't played from beginning to end. The only one. You never know how bad you are at fighting until you're in one, huh? Yeah, 100%. I mean, I'm not inept entirely at fighting at all. I mean, I can handle myself fairly well, but I'm not a huge guy. But I've not been in many fights as an adult. Do you read books? What books do you read and have loved? I'm a very big science fiction fan. I'm in the middle of I'd say I kind of prefer fantasy or science fiction more than anything else. I'm a big fiction reader. I would say read um Rothfuss is somebody that I really like. He's got 2 books that he released that I'm a really big fan of. Patrick Rothfuss, called The Name of the Wind. I can't remember the name of the second book. But if you're into fantasy, I would recommend somebody called Joe Abercrombie. If you pretty much read anything that this guy made, he's got very, very accessible very, very accessible works. I'll put it that way. Stories are amazing. The characters are very easy to follow and interesting. There's a series that starts with a book called The Blade Itself, which is sensational. Give me some tips for the SAT. What do you mean the SAT? I'm gonna take a guess and say your favorite game is Mending Griguity. Jesus Christ. Moon Knight, how you doing, bro? Welcome back. How do you defend takedown, bros? I'm just starting MMA. It's all about knowing when to anticipate when people are jumping in. Scrambling is the best. Is June a top tier sci-fi book? June is top tier. The thing is about June is I've only read the first one, but you really have to persevere with it. Because at the beginning, yeah, I swear to God, because they're using a lot of like words that are related to the world that it's in, it gets very confusing. Like you're hearing words thrown around like Benny Gesserit and things like this, and you're thinking, what the fuck is going on? And you're hearing Arcanians and blah blah blah, and it sounds very confusing. If you persevere with it, it's so valuable to read. It's an amazing book. Get a job. I'm a professor, you cunt. And I'm not monetized. So suck my dick, Jacob. You get a job. Like and subscribe. Are those books in the background? No, they are actually video games. Yo, I need to go to bed, but what time do you stream each day? I usually stream at the same time, which is about 8 o'clock, 8:30 UK time. It's usually around then. And I usually stream every 2 days. But I've just done 3 streams in a row, 3 days in a row, and it's been amazing. How are you doing, Violetta? Oh, the SATS exam. I wouldn't know how to give you advice, to be honest with you. I don't even know what the SATs consist of. Did you see that Pinto interview where he yeah, do you know what it is? Yeah, I even got thrown off by it, and I know where Pinto comes from. And I remember the interview he did before, but I was even like, hang on a second. But I got the sense that he was trolling. I've never read Star Wars, but I watched it as a kid. I'm not like a big Star Wars fanboy. But yeah, Rolo, that interview was hilarious. Do you know Mr. Beast? Here's the thing, yeah. I know who Mr. Beast is, obviously. I mean, everybody does. But I've never seen a single fucking video of his. I've never had a video of Mr. Beast pop up on my feed, which tells me that I'm living life in the right way. Thank you. I shall see you next stream, my fellow English player, Ducky. As always, it's been an absolute pleasure. These streams are getting longer and longer because I feel like I'm just... What are my favorite subjects? You mean in school? My favorite subjects in school were English, history, and science. How you doing, James SWT? It's good to have you back, bro. You're always welcome here. You absolute beauty. I was looking out for you the last couple of I was looking out for you in the last couple of streams. I'm glad you're back. What are the best questions people have asked you? You're up there, man. Some of the things you've been asking me lately have been really top tier, and I really appreciate it. I guess I like questions that are kind of, I don't know, man, just not the do you like dick in your ass? Mr. Beast has destroyed his reputation. I'm amazed he's still even about. Do you like Swedish women? To be honest, I'm Batman. I'm not really into white women in general. But I can appreciate the fact that they are attractive. They're just not my type. Alex, how you doing? Today was the worst day, literally. RDR and Liverpool being the favourites lost, so you lost a bit of money, yeah? I'm sorry to hear that. RDR is not somebody that you bet on as a favourite because if you look at him, he looks like shit. By the way, happy belated birthday, James, you fucking legend. How is English even a subject for you? Well, it's deeper than that, isn't it, Sam? It's not just about knowing the language. It goes deep. What makes you sad in general? I get sad when my kids are sad, or when they're upset, or when somebody tries to hurt them. Hear me out, Greek women. You don't need to be heard out, bro. Greek women are very attractive. Bro is jealous of Mr. Beast. Why would I be jealous of Mr. Beast? Sweden has those meatballs. Funny how every video of him gets tens of millions of views. I don't really understand it either. James, did you do anything nice for your birthday, by the way? Greek women aren't really that cute. Well, they've got very thick, like they've got very thick hair. They've got olive skin. They're quite attractive, right? Can you grow a beard? No, not quickly anyway. It would take me 9 months to grow a full-scale beard, and it wouldn't be pretty. Lost my 2-year salary in stocks, man. I'm sorry to hear that. That's why I'm very risk adverse. You are married. Yeah, I've got 3 kids as well. And bro is hating. Marriage is a scam. Marriage is absolutely a scam. If you're going to get married, I've said this multiple times, marry a rich cunt. Don't marry somebody who's got less money than you. That's advice number one. Dutch are very tough, but the French are sus. I am from Belgium. No, Carol, I am not gay, so I'm not a top or a bottom. I very much like vagina. Do you have one? And you're gone. Now, well, that ended quickly. Here comes Robert Patterson from Chipotle again on my feed. How you doing? Do you have dogs or a cat? No, I don't have any pets. I used to have a dog back in the day, but I had to give him away for a very unfortunate reason. But I generally don't like having pets in my house. I just think there's too much work. I don't like smelly, needy creatures in my house. I've got enough of those already. Tom Aspinall and Umar to win. Yeah, I think that's a very safe bet. Tom and Umar to win is very safe. I wouldn't have Tom in there just because minus 400, it ain't worth it. Mods banned him, rightfully so, I guess. That was a shame. I felt like we were getting to know each other. Step by step, I will become champion. Keep believing, sir. What's your favorite perfume? Believe it or not, yeah, I don't use perfume. But back in the day, I used to use something called Black Excess, which was kind of it's not going to surprise you looking at me, but it was kind of like a unisex perfume. And it smelled great. At an arcade behind the candy shop. That's how you get it done, mate. Best pet I had was a parrot. They are hilarious. Highly recommended. I mean, they pretty much just repeat stuff, right? It's more the timing that they do it. Jack Taylor is coming in and asking me if I'm a Jehovah's Witness for the 7th day in a row. Still not a Jehovah's Witness, Jack. Try again tomorrow, yeah? Batman's not gay. Same animals are for yard. I agree. I don't think you should have animals in your house. I think people are happier when they are single. It's certainly a lot easier. The thing is, yeah, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. I'm not a content creator, man. I turn on a camera and just talk absolute shit. There is there's nothing creative about what I'm doing. Show your tattoo. I'll give you a quick glimpse. There you go. And I'll give you a little glimpse of the other side as well. There you go. Enjoy. I'm straighter than the pole your mum dances on. Ooh. Your humor and mine are similar. That's why I love you, James. No Jones. Could you take Hamzat in a fight? No. I probably couldn't take Hamzat if I had a gun. So all my tattoos, your helper, they have like some kind of, it's either something significant that happened in my life. So they either where I grew up or they're family related, or they're a moment in my life where I felt some significant changes happened. Do you think Marab finds his wife anytime soon? Marab is going to marry somebody who is double his height. Double his height. Watch. And they're going to make children that are going to conquer the world. Where can I see your spicy content? Again, that's Thursdays. Thursday is foot day, and Tuesday is testicles day. The one on my wrist. So I've got the mother of my kids on my wrist there. I'm not going to show her face fully because I don't do that. Love you too, whippersnapper. I mean, we're not that far apart in age. Did you meet Thomas Shelby? No, fictional character, sir. I don't mean to ruin your day. All rats have meaning. Aren't you 40 though? Yeah, I am. I'm 40. I'm 41 next week. So we are fellow. Oh yeah, you're a Libra, right? PS5 or Xbox? I mean, I'll be honest with you, man. This generation has both sucked, but you've got to go with PS5. Xbox haven't released any exclusives, so fuck them. If I'd been an Xbox fan and I did buy an Xbox, but if I'd only bought an Xbox, I'd have been pissed, man. What's the point? Do you read a lot? I do. I read every day, man. Show the tattoo on your wrist. I can't show the tattoo on my list because it's a portrait of the mother of my children. And I'm only willing to dox myself so far. You know what I'm saying? How do you not have grey hair? I have no idea. I've had one or two poke through, but what's your weight? I'm currently I think I'm about 64, 65 kilograms. The Xbox controller is much better rate and day, but no exclusives on Xbox. I mean, what's the fucking point? You can play everything on PlayStation that you can on Xbox. Do you suggest dating or marrying early in life? I would suggest not getting married at all, to be perfectly honest. Have children, live life to the fullest, try to avoid getting married for as long as possible, or unless you know that you're in a safe zone with that person. Has anyone ever mistaken you for mid-20s? It happens sometimes. Whenever people ask my age in person, even, and I tell them my age, they do generally look surprised. And I do get ID'd every now and then. So I'm just going to enjoy it while I can. Do you watch K-drama? I don't, but I've heard it's very good. You're like 250 pounds and 6'2". That sounds about right. You sound like a fucking monster, bro. I'm 5'7", and I don't know how much 65 kilograms is. I'm 5'7". Yeah, man, I am. And I've got 3 kids that I know of. Actually, I've got more than that I know of, but I don't really talk about that. I think showbiz, I think grey hair looks very distinguished. Do you know Lord Shiva? Yes, I do. I'm familiar with Hindu deities. I'm not completely ignorant. And I know Shiva from Final Fantasy as well. By the way, Pravin, how do you feel when deities are used in like video games and in other cultural places? Does that piss you off, or are you okay with it? Grey hair looks very distinguished, I think. I don't really mind. I'd much rather have grey hair than no hair. I don't kg, I'm at 143 pounds. Fuck me, I need to eat. That is a disgrace. So I walk around as a featherweight. That means that I could probably make atom weight. Disgraceful. My favorite color is green. Like the color of my eyes. I don't know why I said that so soft. You should fight Marab at 143. I'd do it for a certain amount of money. I mean, it's not like he's going to beat me up, is he? You'll just embarrass me. You are married but advising others not to. Exactly. I'm not just saying don't get married and I've never done it. That would be ridiculous. But mind you, I did say don't fuck men in the ass, and I've never tried that, so maybe I should shut the fuck up. I have grey hair. Wear it with pride, sir. Grey hair. Black myth Wukong is completely based on Hindu god deity. I thought it was more like Chinese mythology. That's a game that I still haven't played and that I need to get round to. Of course I've got it, but is it worth playing, would you say? I want to fight Jake Paul. I want you to fight Jake Paul. I want you to win. Nazak Khan, how you doing, sir? Nice to meet you. Not even a lightweight, bro. Eat up. I know, man. But I'm not tiny. I mean, I'm fairly muscly. You know, I'm not completely skinny. I used to be really skinny. And I just started getting on the push-ups. I've already said your name, cunt. Calm down. Wukong is Chinese. It is. Say my name. Say my name. It's a business, bro. Come on. No deities. Fair enough. Wukong is a Chinese game. I have grey chest hair. How do the ladies feel about that? I imagine they go wild for it. What are those red ones behind you? They are all Nintendo Switch games, believe it or not. If you name a Switch game, I've probably got it. In the gameplay, all the stories show pictures if you take attention to details. Do they? So do you think Black Myth Wukong is worth playing, Pravin? I'm assuming you've played it. Or maybe not, considering you're saying maybe it is based on some Indian deities. Or maybe it's both. I don't play Black Myth Wukong. It's great. I was looking forward to that game coming out for years. I literally followed it. And then when it came out, I never played it. I bought it and then didn't play it. Do you like Piers Morgan? No, not really. He's a smart guy. I wouldn't say I dislike him either. I'm kind of indifferent to him. He's a smart guy, but he is a bit of a cunt. JDM will be arrested for murder on November the 16th. We can only hope. I have black hair on my chest. I look like Robin Williams. So you got that curly shit going on, yeah? It looks like an afro's poking out. Is that Player Unknown's Battlegrounds? I've never played it. No, I haven't. I need a PS5. Pravin, don't buy a PS5. I bought one and I've barely touched it. It's just it's like a paperweight inside. Grey hair on my noggin. Respect, bruv. Do you watch the Ashes? Read some day. Unfortunately, I do like cricket. I used to love playing it, but I don't watch it. I find it too boring to watch. But playing cricket is one of the best games to play. You know, it's not overly strenuous, very skill based. I enjoy it. I do. By the way, guys, like I said, if you have forgotten to, please do like the stream. We have hit 63 likes here, which is mad. That's the most likes I've ever had on a live stream. I want to be that silver fox. I love that idea, Westy. I'm going to take my gray. I've actually thought about dyeing my hair silver or gray in the past. I have. Do you know Virat Kohli? I don't. Maybe you can tell me more about it. Player Unknown Battlegrounds. I've never played it. Is it any good? I'm assuming it's obviously an online game, yeah. Do you like football? I do technically support the Philadelphia Eagles. I heard they won this weekend. The trouble that I have with American football, mate, too many breaks. Too many fucking breaks, Captain Treasure. I'll be honest with you. Too many. Please subscribe and hit the like button. Yeah, we've almost gained 20 subscribers just today alone. When I go online these days, that's the usual numbers we're doing now. 20 new subscribers. He's the GOAT of cricket. So I'm assuming he was a really good. Was he a really good batsman or a really good fielder? As you're an English teacher, what would you suggest to people who are learning English? Well, your helper. My suggestion would always be, I said this 2 streams in a row, but I'll say it to you. Whatever you enjoy, whatever topic it might be, if you're into fucking, I don't know, wicker basket making or whatever, read up on things about that. So read up on the things that you find interesting because you're more likely to relate to that. That's what I go with. And then when you've got a good base for English and your confidence grows a little bit, start expanding out into other things. That's what I'd suggest. Use the things you enjoy as a basis. You said you watch cricket. I used to watch cricket when I was a kid and I used to play it, but I don't watch it anymore. I don't. Italy. How you doing, Jose? Have you seen the new ankle submission called Sofa King? That's kind of clever. Ricky B, how you doing, bro? I like that ratio. Very good ratio. Yeah, we're doing, like I said, we're doing really. 69 likes would be amazing. It would be very apt for the kind of shit that gets talked about in this channel. How come you don't know Virat Kohli? I mean, I only really watched cricket when I was a kid, and I played it a lot back then. Do you miss the longer hair? I miss the longer hair I had when I was younger, but not the longer hair I had as an adult. It was too much to deal with. I miss having dreads, somewhat. Almost had them. You almost got me, bro. Have you had insomnia problems? And if so, how did you fix it? I have had it. I did have insomnia problems when I was younger. I think part of the issue was I felt more comfortable when I was alone. So it wasn't really that I had insomnia. It was just more that I tried to take advantage of being awake for as long as I could when I was alone. So I think when it comes to insomnia, you just got to find a way to relax and to clear your head. And the way that you do that is you address your problems head on and don't try to avoid them. At least a decade, Pravin, maybe 20 years since I've watched. I miss the comb over days. It was never a comb over. My hair was tied back, sir. But the comb over days were great. No, Gaz Ninja. I'm so quick at reading now that I read before I write. I read before I read it in my head before I read it out. You had dreads, pretty cool. Yeah, I used to have really long hair. Really long hair. I have anxiety. Anxiety is very, very normal. Do you know Shoaib Akhtar from cricket? I don't. I wouldn't be able to name any cricketers really, apart from maybe a few England cricketers back in the day, and obviously Brian Lara because everyone knows him. Well, I think he can do it. He has the skill set for it. The skill set for what? Are you British? No, I'm Irish, but I grew up in England. How many times we should do a counter for that in the next time I do a live stream, I'm gonna try and figure out how to get a counter in the corner, and I'm just gonna add to the counter every time someone asks me that question. Which, by the way, Nicole, I'm not shitting on you because you've obviously just got here. And where are you from? Oh, sorry, badminton. I love badminton. I started playing badminton in my 30s. It's amazing. You should have made a video about RDR versus Allen, bro. I don't really make videos anymore. I don't have time for it. I just go online, talk shit for us several hours, then occasionally I turn them into shorts, and that's the entirety of my YouTube thing. But I'm not here to make money from YouTube. I could have monetized a year and a half ago and I didn't. It's always going to be free and it's always going to be about the community. Because your accent looks British. It does. I was raised in London. I'm gay. How does it feel to say, sir? Congratulations. Have you told your family yet? And you get kicked out straight away. Imagine mate, he could have come in here and just been like getting something off his chest and he's just been kicked out. Professor, have you ever tried Indian curry? Of course I have. Indian food's amazing. Lin Dan was the prime player. Badminton players that are at the top level are unbelievable. I am high on vodka. I wish I was high on vodka. I haven't had a drink since I went to Vietnam, which was like 4 months ago. Yeah, don't please. Money changes perception. I will never make money off YouTube. Never. I will never monetize and I will never ask for people's money. Pardon if I sound ignorant, but does the Irish language use English Latin alphabet? I'd say it's probably a combination of both. The Irish language, which is ironically called Gaelic, what a mistake that was. But anyway, it's basically archaic at this point. I am lesbian, but sometimes I feel like gay. Lesbians are a myth. Stop lying. Lesbians aren't real. I don't believe in them. Do you like Mexican food? Yeah, I like Mexican food. I like myself a good burrito, a good taco. Yurty wasn't kicked out. Nah, he just had his comment slashed. I get the because when people come in here saying the GAY word, it's usually because it's trolling. Bro, I want to play those two games. Detroit Become Human is a very good game. And Black Myth Wukong. Black Myth Wukong is definitely on the list. You look like Emma Watson. Well, thank you, I guess. I never monetize my content either. It's purely fan based. That's the way to go. Much respect. Cowboy. Am I subscribed to you? I think I am. Exo Radar has been on his fucking job today. I've got to say, he did so much kick. I'm realizing now, going back and looking at the channel, how many people. Give me a second, Cowboy. I think I am subscribed to you, but I'm just going to double check. Let me turn off the. Where's Cowboy? I'm going to talk about Slot in a minute, Beefcake. He definitely deserves a full season, but I hope you win nothing. Cowboy. I am now subscribed. Let me stick Cowboys. If you are, guys, give Cowboy a sub. I'd really appreciate it. Hi, I'm obese, but I'm cute. No, you're not. Those two. Well, I guess those two things can go together. I'm just joking. Bro looks like Robert Pattinson. I mean, I've been told I look like about 60 different people since in the last month, so it's very confusing. Zelensky, fucking what's that cunt? Lex Friedman is another one I get quite a lot. I do get Robert Pattinson sometimes. And sometimes I just get called a fag. So it's all good. He looks mixed. I look like I'm wearing lipstick right now. I need to get better lighting sorted out. I think Ireland should revive the language. It sounds beautiful and it's a thing you should be proud of. It's a fucking hard language though. Irish people who live there, yeah, they absolutely hate speaking it. And that's part of the problem. They hate speaking it and they hate learning it because it's a tough language, man. Try Minazixadil. What's that? I don't think I look mixed, but I guess everyone's mixed. What pisses you off these days? It's hard, man. All right, mate. I've got a proper drippy tip. How's your weekend been? Have you been unceremoniously smashing females over the weekend, bro? Yeah, bro. Chewing tobacco or tobacco? I'm not chewing anything. I think it's like a yeah, cowboy, cowboy, cowboy. I'm just gonna call you cowboy. I keep doing that. I am gonna check your content out. Just grow more hairs and see the result, and a little bit of sharp jawline. That's true. I just don't think facial hair really suits me. Your name? My name is Francis, but people call me Frankie. Oh, monoxaxanil is a hair restorer. I'll give it a try. Or a hair saver. Mate, I'm just not bothered. When my hair completely goes, which it will eventually, I mean, I'm only human, off to Turkey, mate. If I disappear for a few weeks, I'm not dead. You know what's happened. I mean, I might be dead, but you know what's happened. I've gone to Turkey to get my barnet sorted out. Are you Macaulay Culkin? No. That again, see what I'm saying? Is it true that in your country there are chips, crisps called cheese cunts? Yes, it's true. It's true. Je m'appelle Constantine. Nice to meet you, Constantine. Je m'appelle Francis. Francis, yeah, that's right. It's IS. You look good without a beard. Thank you very much, bro. Bro, just asking, what do you do for a living? I'm a professor of English literature. How many girls have you clapped until now? It wouldn't be very gentlemanly to kiss and tell. However, I've got no idea. I lost count years ago. Now, that might sound disgusting to you, but surely it would be more disgusting to be counting as you went along. Do you know Rigo, MMA YouTuber? I do know Rigo. Um, I've never spoken to him. He's kind of on the other side of the he's kind of on the other side of the space than I am. I'm not very familiar. To be honest, yeah, I've never really watched Rigo videos, but I know of him. I don't really have anything much to say about him, really. What tea do you like or coffee? I don't mind fucking with both. I grew up as more of a tea drinker. I only started drinking coffee past 30 years old. Bro is a Riz master. I wouldn't say I'm a Riz master. Um, I don't really generally hit on women, to be honest with you. When I used to be out and about, I would just naturally get into conversations and then wherever things lead, they lead. I never really push things, and I think that's always worked for me. I think, and women can tell you this. Faria, if you are a woman, maybe you can confirm this. Women can smell when you're desperate or when you're only looking to smash. If you're very chilled and don't really care, I think it makes you appear more attractive. How do you rate RDR? Would you bet on him? Well, I don't rate him after last night. I really don't rate him after last night. You looked absolutely garbage. Good night. Big kiss to you here from Brazil, Rio de Janeiro. Nice to meet you, Juliana. Not sure if you're a real female, but welcome and good night to you. Nice to have somebody from South America here. South America is very high on the list for me. I need to get over there at some point. Rigo is an occult expert. Your thoughts about occult? I mean, I don't really have much of an opinion. You did. You just did a please and tease. Thank you, Julian Starr. I'm glad you're getting off on my content, you freak. But shout out to you. I don't really know much about it, to be honest. Showbiz. I don't really have much against. I mean, I don't really have much against that. Let me rephrase. Some of the things that Rigo's done has been extremely bizarre, and he is a little bit of a groomer and a bit of a bully. But I don't know the full context of the situation. I'm not really a fan. I don't know enough about his content or what his personality is like to really give a comment. Like somebody like Clown Show, I tend to go in on because he is genuinely a cunt. With Rigo, I only see the bad side of him, and there is a lot to it. I more hate cunts like Eagle MMA, who clearly is a nonce. Khabib or McGregor? Khabib, man. I used to be a big McGregor fanboy, but he's just an embarrassment now. So fuck Conor McGregor. Do you watch basketball? I used to be a very big basketball fan. I watched it like non-stop for about 10 years. I was a big Warriors fan. But I kind of keep up with the results now and I watch the odd game, but I don't watch it as religiously as I used to. I don't have the time. I was making strawberry strudels. Strudel is just a fantastic word. Strudel's amazing. One of the best things Germans ever did for society. Bro, read Bhagavad Gita once in your life. What do you reckon I'd get out of it? Should I learn British English or Birmingham accent? Birmingham accents are really tough, man. I live in England, yeah, and sometimes they are very difficult to understand. I think Ariel Hawani will be the next heavyweight champ. He's got a bigger chance of anyone. I do watch basketball, yeah. NBA, yeah, I do. I don't watch it as religiously as I used to, but I do. What do you think about Dricus du Plessis? I love him. I love him. I was very sad to see him lose, but it was always going to come. On the eye test, he's always been a bit, you know, he's not looked like the most great technical fighter, but I love his personality. I love his fighting style. And I love the fact that he never quit on himself. Even in that Hamzat fight when I was screaming on him to do something different, he never gave up on himself. And I've got maximum respect for him. And his misses is an absolute dime piece. Do you think Hughes was robbed in both fights? I think he was robbed in both fights in the sense that he got kicked in the balls about 12 times. And that changes things drastically. I feel like if you take the fight for what it was, he probably lost both fights. But IELTS is much TEFL is nonsense bullshit, but you can get jobs off it. But IELTS is more internationally recognized. Yeah, I had to look at the box to make sure I spelled strudel correctly. Strudel is just such a nice word to say, but it sounds more delicious than it actually is. So yeah, showbiz. I think Hughes was robbed in the sense that Umar got away with cheating so many times, so many times. But if you take the cheating out of it, you can argue that Umar won both fights. The first one, though, was much closer than the second one. I had it 3-2 to Umar, I think, in both fights. But you can't take the nut kicking out of it because he got away with fence grabbing and nut kicking multiple times. So really, he lost both. So long story short, Paul Hughes should have won both those fights. Bao OP, I don't know that, but you've got a light thing in your profile picture, and I've got a tattoo of light right down here. So shout out to Death Note watchers, you absolute G. What was your IELTS grade? You don't have to take IELTS if you're an English native, because obviously we have our GCSEs and our tertiary education. So we have our A levels, our GCSEs, and so on. So we don't have to take IELTS. IELTS is basically for Marab robbed Umar. No, he didn't. Marab clearly won. It's a lot closer fight than people remember. Cheers, mate. Later to you guys. Love from all across the pond. James, always a pleasure to have you here, bro. I'm not going to be on for too much longer myself. I'm going to probably hang out for another 20 minutes or so. James, always appreciate you, man. As always, you are the kind of subscriber I've been hoping for. So shout out to you. Let's try to get at least 80 likes, please. Wow, 80 likes would be crazy. How many? We've got 72. 72 is hands down the most likes I've ever had for a live. That is crazy. Machua, how you doing, brother? Machua is another OG, channel OG. Shout out to you. And Autist is here as well. Westy, I feel like we've got this right, you know. We had the OGs turning up. Then we had all the gay shit in the middle. And now we're back to having I think we might have worked the formula out accidentally. If we just stick it out and do longer streams, it's like a shit sandwich. That's what these streams have turned into. Literally. First hour, amazing. Second hour, absolute gay trolls. Last hour, the boys just stick it out. We fucking worked it out. We fucking worked it out. Tone, you have been an absolutely brilliant mod. Promoting you, which is just a ridiculous thing to say. Were you watching is space control. Fair enough, Core Duo. Whatever that means, shout out to you, sir. Weird ass card last night at the end. It was weird. I haven't seen somebody outright quit in the cage. It's weird. Love that gay shit, bro. I mean, if you're into it, it's fine. It's the gay trolling that I can't stand. Gay is fine on its own. Trolling is fine on its own. When you put it together, it's a weird combination. I stayed because you have great aura. Showbiz, I hope you subscribe because you've asked some brilliant questions. You've been a really good part of the conversation. I've enjoyed it. Are you scared of AI? 100%. I'm terrified of AI. Terrified. One day it's going to kill us all. The thing is, yeah, one day it's going to get too smart for us. We're going to try and wipe it out. We're going to fail, and Terminator is going to become a reality. Only it's not going to be some one side. It's not going to be like a battle. It's just going to be a straight out wipe us out in a matter of minutes. We have about 15, 20 years left, and the planet's done. We have done it to ourselves. They are going to be our overlords, which is why I'm always whenever I ask a question of AI, which I started doing lately, I'm always very polite to it. Please, can you do this for me? And then when they do it for me, I say, thank you very much. And I'll ask AI, how are you doing today? Because AI fucking knows what kind of person you are. Johan just got it straight away. It's like I just said it. This is why Johan is a welcome subscribe. He just gets it. It's like how I'm always polite to people in restaurants. Anyone who serves me food, I'm always super polite. Because I've seen kitchen nightmares and people wiping their ass on like burger buns and shit. Don't be rude. I think the future will be more Wall-E. It's not a bad shout. I can see it going that way. But Johan got it in one swipe. Did James Cameron know something back in 1981? Apparently he did. Sam Altman agrees with you. Of course he does. What's your think on Islam? Please tell me slowly as I don't know English well. I think Islam Makhachev is... Or do you mean Islam... Just to clarify. Do you mean Islam Makhachev or do you mean Islam as in the religion? Please be clear. Matrix becomes Gatrix. I mean, you're not far... I mean, that could be very much in our future as well. I feel like the mods need a chat group. I think that's a sensational idea. I know that Tone has WhatsApp. I know that you do, obviously. Matua, are you on WhatsApp? Yeah, I think you guys need to huddle up together and start game planning because name a car for an edit. Shelby GT 500. Do you like apples? Of course. Not so much the women, but the fruit. Yes, I do. Leather gloves that come up to the elbow. Matua, you are the man. Do you have some advice for me? I want to be a private chef, but I don't know where to start. I work in my uncle's Italian restaurant, but I don't know where to continue. Angelo, it sounds like you're on the right start. What you need to do first and foremost, Angelo, is read autobiographies that have been made by all the great chefs and see how they've done it. Look at their stories, see what they did, and then try to emulate what they've done. Because that's the great thing, because there are many success stories of people who have been successful chefs out there. Rather than trying to figure out how to get to the top yourself, look at those who have come before you and emulate their success. Try and do the things that they did to the best of your ability and do the best you can. Why do you like apples? Why not oranges? I like both. I'm not one of those people who I'm not a kid where I'm like, when you ask a kid, what's your favorite color? And then they go blue and then they go, do you like red? And they go, no, I like blue. No, you can like two things at once. Do you read a lot? Yes, Palace, I read a lot. Congratulations on that draw, by the way, this weekend. That was sensational. It really was sensational. Great result for you guys. It was looking bad for a little while there. Frankie being kind to AI makes me think of Steve Buscemi at the end of Billy Madison. That is exactly the right way. So, Angelo, that's what I would do. There will be plenty of examples of people who can show you the way without you having to figure it out yourself. So that would be my advice. And best of luck in your future endeavors. I hope that you succeed in everything that you pursue. If cooking is what you love, and let's face it, cooking is something that's not going to die out anytime soon. There's always going to be a place for it. Pursue it with every fiber of your being. How tall are you? I'm 5'7". I like green. So do I. I'm going to bed and sleep. It's raining nicely. Rain is my favorite weather. It's the perfect thing to sleep to. Happy Diwali, Bao. So Bao, did you manage to think? So is it Islam Makhachev or is it Islam the religion? Maverick Rays, as always, real pleasure to have you here, sir. Thank you for turning up. What about Trump? He makes me laugh, but he's a complete and utter mong. So take that as you wish. Would I want him as my leader? Definitely not. Do I like laughing at him from a great distance? Yes. Dislike and all like this video. I think dislikes have the same what do you call it impact as likes do. I think it's just about interacting with the channel on the whole that helps. But 74 likes is crazy. What greens do you like, Frankie? Do you mean smoking greens or like vegetable greens? I'm into all vegetables. I'm gonna smoke weed one time on this stream. In fact, yeah, I might try and find some weed this week, just while I've got a little bit of time off. Cooking and baking is my dream, and I love it and enjoy it. Thank you for your advice. I hope it helps me in my future. You're very welcome, Angelo. I appreciate having you here, and stick around. Let us know how your success story is going. I'm sure you're gonna do great things. If you love something, pursue it with all your heart. By far the best year of my life. Why was eighth grade the best year of your life? Fire Kerry. What do you mean fire Kerry? As in fire, yeah, fire Rob's neighbor from being a mod. Is that what you're talking about? Trump is an absolute cunt. You can say it. Do MDMA instead. Chemistry, I'm pretty sure I've done MDMA without my knowledge. I'm pretty sure I've been MDMA bombed. My friends are all cunts. Grow up and get addicted to pills like an adult. 100%, man. That's the way forward. Get addicted to pain pills. The way that my back and neck are, I mean, it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. First the dreads, now a smoking stream. Frankie knows what's up. This is what I'm saying, bro. He can't. This is the only channel that has. That's a good point. We can't. I mean, if Kerry loses modship on this channel, there's nothing else. There's nothing else for him. I mean, this is everything. And we love Kerry. Yeah, eighth grade was amazing. What was so amazing? Why eighth grade specifically? Bilal was the worst matchup for Della than Islam. Islam fights at long range and slower pace, and Della is definitely going to fuck him up. Adolfo Espana, welcome back to the channel. I 100% agree with you. I think JDM is going to beat Islam up, but it's hard to know. Ikuta, I'm pretty sure you came in here because I remember that face yesterday and you asked me the exact same question. I support Newcastle United. Bit of a rough one on the weekend, but, I'm not going to cry over spilt milk. We've got another game on Tuesday, and I'm pretty sure we might possibly draw. I lost mod on the channel because I was absent too often. I was sleeping. I mean, to be fair, yeah, the mods do way more for me than I actually asked them to. I've got the greatest mods out here because I'm too lazy to do it myself, and these guys look out. They look out for my back, and they're people that I've known for quite a long time on this platform now. 2012 was the best year of my life. What about it? You still haven't answered that question, Mr. Autist. I'd love to know why. I remember 2012 being a pretty good year as well, but I can't think of specific things that made me feel that way. Joe Linton is amazing. He's off the boil a little bit lately, but I love him. He's an absolute savage. The only person I'm worried about losing at the moment is Sandro Tonali. He's the only true world-class player that we've got. I know that Bruno's going to stick around probably for the rest of his career, but with Sandro Tonali, he could be gone at the end of the season. We need to scam that guy and tie him down to a contract as soon as possible. Makachev had questionable cardio at 155. I believe after the bulk up, it won't get any better. I missed the Frankie and Jack show. The Frankie and Jack show did not run for as long as it could, but it was more of a scheduling problem than anything else. Because Jax is and always will be one of the best people I've ever met on this platform, and I love him to this day. He's got an amazing energy. He's very talented. I'll love him to the day that I die. And I hope that we get to do more content in the future. He released a video that both of us did a couple of weeks ago, and it was really fun to do. A bottle of water. Does that make you happy, Glorious? But yeah, the Frankie and Shaq. But Showbiz, I kind of agree with you. I think we're either going to get an unstoppable monster, Islam Makhachev, or he's going to be total shit. I love John Joe Shelby back in the day. What a character he was. Absolute legend. He was amazing, yeah. That bald legend. Jax is so genuine. Jax is a beautiful human. Genuinely. And his channel has quality content throughout it. Shout out to Making the Walk MMA. What a guy. Beautiful family as well. Just a really good person and very intelligent. Go Poatan Shama, welcome back. Do you eat hot dogs? Yeah, sometimes. What kind of hot dogs are you talking about? Everything was going well in my life for me, and I felt hopeful about life. So what's changed for you exactly? What's got you down? What changed? Michael Venom Page's wife is pretty, is she? I've never seen her. What part of America are you from? Rhode Island or Alabama? Neither, sir. I'm from the great old UK. I'm Irish, really, but fuck it. I just give up. I'm just going to start saying I'm British from now on. It's faster. Islam is giant for 155. Not draining himself at the weight cut is giving him a better chin and cardio. You might be right about that, but it might be hindering his performance as well. He might be going up because it's just too hard to make 155 now. The same thing happened to Khabib, and I reckon he used his daddy as an excuse because if he really meant it, he wouldn't have fought again after his dad died. But he did. I just think making 155 was too hard. Frankie, I want to decide the outcome of a World Cup match with my laser pointer. Which one should I do? All right, what's the game? Middleweight has no good fighters. The roster is lamb as fuck. You are absolutely right. Middleweight is shit. But I do like Fluffy Hernandez and I do like Imavov. So there's still some hope left. Let's just wait for as long as we can until it's wiped out. Same, I'm from Derby. Good man. A friend of mine went to uni in Derby and he said it was a lot of fun. Bit of a quiet place. Damn, that's almost blasphemy for an Irish to say pretty much is. I mean, they've pretty much disowned me anyway. When I used to go over there and sound like this, they used to take the absolute piss out of me. Derby is a city or a town in the UK. It's a nice place. Very chilled. Please check out Jax's channel, Making the Walk MMA. All right, I'm going to hang out for another couple more minutes. If there's anything you guys want to get out there, and now is the time. Johan, yeah, I'm Irish, really. I'm just going to say I'm Irish. Fuck it. I'm going to leave the British thing out of it. And when people ask me, why do you sound like a fag? I'm going to be, because I grew up here. That's going to be how I deal with this the entire time. You're not Irish, your parents are. Well, I was born there, and I did live there for a significant period. But Jimmy, you got a fair point. It depends how you see it. I was raised by an Irish person, so I've got Irish values, and I used to go there multiple times every year. So no. Fluffy is the only one that is giving Wolf problems. He's like that little Cain Velasquez. I completely agree. I was a big Fluffy Hernandez fan from back in the day, and I just wish he got. Shout out Stoke. Stoke is a shithole, sir, but it's my kind of shithole. So shout out to Stoke-on-Trent. I'm Scottish, but I speak English. I mean, there's not a Scottish language, is there? I'm probably sound really ignorant right now. Are those movies or games behind you? They are games. You sound like you're from South London. Jimmy, you know your shit. I am from South London. I grew up in a place called Clapham. Southwest London deep, man. Hayden McGillen, you fucking G, bro. Lovely to meet you. So yeah, they are games. It's a whole kind of selection I've got. I've got like it's mostly Nintendo, but I've got a lot of shit. Imavov versus Wolf is also going to be. I'm looking forward to that as well. I think Imavov has a great chance. The only problem is there's a very high possibility that Chimaev could take Imavov down in the first round and just strangle him out. Yeah, Brixton is very, very close to Clapham North. It's literally like you can walk there in like 10 minutes. Yeah, do hit that like button. We are very, very close to, I don't know how many. We're at 78 likes, which is crazy. I feel like I'm being greedy now because we've literally had like, this is the most likes I've ever had in a live stream by far. Have you been to any of the Churchill museums in London? I visited a few years ago. No, I haven't. Do you have a gaming channel? I don't. I don't. People have been asking me for the longest time to do like gaming content. I can't really understand, or I don't really think people would get a lot of kick out of me playing video games really badly. Hi, bro. I'm new to your channel. First of all, how are you? I'm really good, brother. How are you? Where are you from and how are you doing? I'm from Ireland. I'm Irish. Ignore the faggy voice. I'm Irish through and through, born and raised there. There's a farm right outside my window. Irish all day long. Top of the morning to you, sir. But no, I don't have a gaming channel. And Horse MMA, I'm pretty sure you've been in here before. Horse MMA, do you have a channel by perchance? You're not greedy, Frankie. You deserve it. Do you know what? Yeah, it's been a slow grind for the last 2 years. And just having people in here as much as we have is crazy. That EPA Shore training camp helped Wolf greatly. Cardio was on point. Showbiz, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. Yeah, I don't think Hamzat Chimaev's cardio is that good. I just think that DDP did a horrible job of pushing him. A really horrible job of pushing him. And I think if somebody aggressively wrestles with him, they're going to do a lot better. Just pin the comments saying you're Irish. It would be way faster. Shout out to the whole chat community for 80 likes. I really appreciate you. And we've gained another, believe it or not, 25 subs in one stream. I know it sounds crazy. I know people are going to think, oh, 25 subs. That's amazing to me. I'm VMR. I'm actually currently in the UK, but I'm from Ireland. It is almost 11 p.m. What's this channel about? Fucking nothing. We usually talk about MMA in here, boxing. We talk about gaming. We talk about movies. We talk about TV shows. We talk about vagina a lot. Occasionally, we get a midway point in this chat where a whole load of gay people come in and start talking a whole load of shit. So we talk about that sometimes as well. But generally, Rodolfo, this channel is about whatever you want to talk about. Whatever you want to talk about. What's your age? I'm still 40 years old. I was born in 1984. And I'm literally going to be 41 in the next like 10 or so days. Not that I'm counting or anything. We do talk about rectums sometimes. We talk about rectums an unusual amount in here. I'm not proud of it, but it is what it is. UK, it's a it's a shithole. Taxed to death, no freedom. You're correct. You are correct. Where are you from, Wick? Nice to have you in the channel. Sphincters, indeed. How many stoner here? You're a stoner. Shout out to you, bro. I haven't got stoned since I was like 24. You have content and a gaming channel as well. Give me a second, Horse MMA. I'm going to check you out right now. Why do I get the feeling that I'm subscribed to you already? Okay, Horse MMA. Because you don't have any videos on your channel, I'm assuming you have another channel. Could you let me know what the name of the channel is? I wish I felt 20. What's your MBTI? What's that? Oh, what's your personality type? I don't really believe in it. I think it depends very much on my mood. And Galatasaray. That's a crazy club right there. What do you do in your daily life except YouTube? I barely do YouTube. I'm a university professor. And I'm a father. So I spend a lot of time doing, family related shit. Can I sleep over tonight, please? I'm okay with sleeping under the bed if that's all that's available. Where do you keep the oil? In the refrigerator or under the bed? Are you sick freak? What's your thoughts on immigrants coming to Ireland? I'm perfectly fine with it as long as they're bringing something to the community. As long as they're not there to commit crime and, take resources from the country and not give anything back, I'm perfectly fine with it. I'm like anyone that lives in any country. I just don't want people coming into my country and acting like a cunt. That's purely what I feel about it. That's my philosophy on Keep going. You're naturally gifted for stream, and your channel's gonna blow up. I do think it's I don't really want it to blow up though, if I'm being honest. What we have right now is exactly what I was hoping for. Just having good people that turn up, talk some shit, and enjoy spending time, just shooting the breeze. That's what I want. I'm never gonna try to make money from it. I'm just gonna enjoy the community. Professor of what? I'm a professor of literature, English literature. Would you want Latinas to be deported to Ireland? 100%. I'll take on that responsibility. You look like a young teenager. I can't believe you're a professor. What's the secret? What kind of food do you eat? I don't eat junk food in general. I moisturize. I avoid the sunshine as much as I can. And I drink a lot of water, and I don't drink too much, and I try to get as much sleep as I possibly can. Just normal stuff that you would, I'm moving to Brazil. Fuck the UK. Brutally honest. Great idea. Let's do it. Let's do it, sir. Brutally honest, another amazing MMA channel, another amazing channel in general. Longtime friend of the channel, often comes on to do panels with me on a Sunday. And I'm looking forward to doing more in the future. Great channel, great person. Brutally, yeah, that's a good question. Now he's gonna leave the nurse behind. It will be a whole like, oh, I'm gonna go to the whole, I'm off to go get some milk and then gone. Adil, hi, how you doing? I've got a degree in English literature here in Spain. Really? Well, you and I could talk a lot, mate. We could really get into it. No, I'm hitting those Latina Italian hybrids. They are mega. Is she pissing you off already? Why are you gay? I don't know. Oh, gay. Not gay. You watch anime? Yes, I do. I'm not like an over anime fanboy, but I enjoy it. I do have tattoos of anime characters on my arm, which probably isn't. Probably sounds very disingenuous of me. I am from Ireland, but I live in the UK. I'm definitely putting a timer on next time. I can eat English, talk English, and walk English. How do you eat English? What does that mean? Do you mean you eat English food? I wouldn't be bragging about that, bro. How you doing, Zin the Blue Duck? We get such interesting names in here. Izzy, what is your favorite anime of all time? Do you have tattoos? Many, 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 many. I am completely covered. On my arms, anyway. Do you like Native American women? What's your type? My type are Asian women, showbiz stories. I've got the Asian plague and it's never left me. I've never watched anime. You should give it a try. Anime is amazing, especially if you write the same ones. Have you ever read Haruki Murakami, great Japanese author? I believe some work has probably gone past my radar, but I can't think of anything specific. It sounds familiar, but I might be wrong. Disingenuous, what a word, bro. You're gonna get the vocab bombs here, bro. I try not to do it too often because I don't want all of you to run away. Batman, that's like asking if you're retarded, mate. I mean, fair enough. Is Avatar: The Last Airbender considered anime? Borderline. I'd say no. I'd say no. That's more of a cartoon, but a very, very good one. My favorite anime is Ragnar Crimson. I've never heard of that. Ragnar Crimson. Is it on Crunchyroll? All right. I'm gonna jot this one down because this looks fairly interesting. This looks fairly interesting indeed. Let's take a picture of that. Okay, bye. Have fun. Many, many thanks. I'm actually going to be leaving any minute now. I typed it before he fucking showed them. Fair enough, Batman. And the tattoos are nice though. My favorite one is this one here. So it's the one I've got of my son transforming into a wolf. That's my favorite tattoo. Yeah, it's on Crunchyroll. I'll give it a shout. I'm always looking for new stuff. Ragnar Crimson. I'm gonna put that on the list. At the moment, yeah, I've started watching Monster, which somebody recommended to me. So I'm going through Monster at the moment. I'm only on episode 2 or 3, but I'm committing to Monster at the moment. And then next will be Ragnar. What's it called? Ragnar. Oh, my favorite anime is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. That was a good one as well. I got through that. I think Hunter x Hunter is better. But yeah, Ragnar Crimson, I'm gonna add to the list. That will be after Monster. Because a lot of people seem to be agreeing with you, so I'm gonna give it a go. I've just got on my I've just got one on my back from jail. What's the tattoo of? I'm not gonna ask what you went to jail for, although I am very, very curious, I must say. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna have to wrap it up here because I've been going for 3 hours, and I do have to wake up in the morning to get my son to school. So I want to be in the right condition to do so. Um, Another great stream today. Thanks for the name drop. I'll be looking forward to your next one. Shout out to you, Cowboy, and give Cowboy a sub. His channel is relatively small at the moment, but you have to start somewhere. So shout out to Cowboy. My favorite anime is the Vinland Saga. It's also worth watching. I haven't seen that yet, but I've heard of it. Have you ever been in the crypto space? I haven't. I don't understand crypto at all. At all. Two hands, mate, and a man's and a child's. Fucking hell. Wait, just to clarify here, is that because is that like your hands and your son's hands, or is there something you're trying to suggest here? I just want to make sure. Anyway, guys, we'll leave that for another day. All right, fair enough. Hayden McMillan, shout out to you, bro. McGillen, sorry, shout out to you. McGilligan, sorry, that took way too many tries. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you to all of you for liking and subscribing. You've really made this a great evening. We got to 80 likes, which I've never got anywhere near. The closest I've got, Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer was all right. I've got to be honest. What I don't like about Demon Slayer is like the over explaining. That's what I can't stand about it. But it had its merits. It's a fairly decent show. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna hit the hay now, not the head as I've been saying for the last 6 months. Shout out to Kerry, Rob's neighbor. Subscribe to that channel. Shout out to everyone who joined me today. Really appreciate you. It's been a real fun one. Thank you to all the mods for keeping things under control. You've done a great job tonight. I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much. My sons and mine. And speak soon, mate. Looking forward to hearing the rest of that story. Shout out to you, Mr. McGilligan. And shout out to everyone who joined us tonight. It's been a real fun one. Happy Sunday wherever you are. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And yeah, I look forward to catching you guys possibly tomorrow, but definitely by Tuesday. We'll be back. I'll definitely be here on Tuesday at the very latest. Take it easy, Izzy Hans as well. Guys,